Let's see. What was I going to do? I cannot remember at all. Oh, I remember. Drinking beer for one. Oh yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome in tonight to another Beer Flow Thursday as we get ready to have a little fun. Oh yeah. So get your beers ready, get them out, get ready to drink, because we are all about to get our beer on. Big thanks to the Nature Boy. So, what's up, guys? What's going on tonight? You guys can unmute yourselves there, except Todd's not.
What's happening? It's another Thirsty Thursday.
Thursday. Still drinking these New England IPAs from Sam Adams.
Those ones you bought for like $2.99.
$8.09 a 4. $2.02.
Potato.
$2.02 and a quarter. $2.02.25 a bottle. Or a can, rather. And what are you guys drinking? Well, I should say, first of all, welcome to the show, everybody. Everybody out there watching the Viewerland. I, of course, Rajay. Always appreciate you guys tuning in. And, of course, I got the crew full house again tonight. Everybody's in the house. We got Eric up in Michigan, Eric, a Lions fan, who probably just sent us the snow that we're getting now because we're not supposed to get any more snow. So he shifted that shit out of Michigan. And, of course, we got Joe from Buffalo, which could have been Joe, too, because they get a lot of snow up there as well. He might have sent some stuff down here.
Yeah, the snow never leaves, so I don't know if it goes anywhere. I hope it does at some point, but it just doesn't leave.
He's going to send us snow. At least send us some wings with it. So
I mean, that can be arranged.
And then we got Todd over here in Indiana, who's pretty much an hour from me, so he probably doesn't know where the snow's coming from. So,
although we did get a little snow this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, they were talking at work today saying it was supposed to snow tonight, and it was like, are you kidding me? It's like 45, 50 degrees outside. Yet tonight it's snowing.
It covered the ground for like 10 minutes, and then looked back out the window, and there was no sign of snow at all. It was just all gone. I'm like, what is going on? And then it was raining, so I was like, what the hell?
That must be nice. That must be real nice.
Yeah, keep it all up north.
Yeah, the wacky weather is continuing, it seems. So what's everybody drinking tonight?
I'm not going to go first this time.
Well, Todd and I, if anybody wants to go check it out, reviewed a beer on my channel from the Other Half Brewing Company, and it is their Drop-In Millibars. It is an imperial stout that is brewed with toasted cacao nibs, coffee, vanilla, and Ceylon cinnamon. We reviewed it, and it is quite delicious. Todd gave it a 4.75, and I gave it like a 4.35, and it is a pretty damn tasty beer.
Which proves my palate is way worse than yours.
Or maybe it's better. I don't know which way to go with this one. But yeah, it is delicious. We haven't had a lot of Other Half. I think I've sent each of you one beer from Other Half that was a stout. And I think it was their Bad Decisions. I know you reviewed it recently, Rod.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing pretty good stuff too with the stouts. Mm-hmm.
They do all right.
All right.
It's all right.
Hey, what you got, Eric?
Well, I got a red ale from the Griffin Claw Brewing Company. This is their Raimundo El Rojo. This is their red ale. Comes in at 6.5%.
You roll your tongue on that. That was pretty good.
He did.
He has been in Mexico not that long ago. So
he learned the tongue roll. Nothing else but the tongue roll.
I got to get some places in the world today. So.
Well, yeah. Eric can move you up the ladder quite quickly.
Popular guy at some parties.
How are you enjoying it, Eric? Red ales.
Red ales are my thing, but I only have one drink so far, and I'm digging it right now. I'm digging it, but maybe as I get into it, I'll dig it a little bit more.
Nice.
And then I see Flow Rider Hillbilly in the chat. Welcome, brothers. Says, what are we drinking? I'm drinking New England IPA, and Flow Rider, my WV alum buddy there. And he's got Jim Beam Honey for Flow. So he's rocking some for tonight.
Nice.
Good for him. And of course, anybody that checks in, if you like what you see, remember to hit that like button, of course. And if you haven't subscribed, you could if you want. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button.
He's not gonna force you, but it'd be nice if you hit it.
Look at that good burgundy goodness, baby.
Oh my God! It totally doesn't look like a red beer, like a red ale on camera. Totally doesn't.
And then also comments of Joe and Erica put stuff right in the chat. You can check out their channels. Oh, check out Flow Rider. Flow Rider is in the chat, so check him out as well. He does some crazy stuff on his channel at some wild parties on the weekend. So
that's what they do.
The club in the garage, so to speak. So good guy, fun guy. Let's see. Beer Flow. What do we got tonight? Oh.
Let me look over at the board and see. Yeah.
Oh, boy. So first thing up, I ran a poll this week on Twitter. And anybody that follows me on Twitter, every Monday I'm going to run a poll now as something of a different question. So this week's poll, where do you prefer to drink your beer? Are you more of a brewery, a bar, maybe at a home person? Let me know by choosing one for this highly unscientific poll. Here than thanks. So of the choices, prefer brewery, prefer bar, prefer home, prefer other. What do you think came in as the most?
Probably home.
You guys probably saw the poll anyway. So.
No, it makes the most sense because at home it's going to be cheaper. At home you have more variety because you can buy whatever you want. And number 3, you don't have to listen to Eric's PSA because you can get fucked up and you're not going anywhere.
All valid points.
Oh, well played, friend. Well played. 47% prefer at home. 34% prefer at brewery. And 18% prefer bar. There was one that came in late at a 1% saying prefer other, but they didn't indicate. I said,
what is other?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's out in the field.
I don't know.
On a boat, man. I don't know. Wherever the other
at the casino, losing all your money. I don't like what else we got going on.
Maybe it's in the doghouse. Who knows?
Let's hope not. That would be unfortunate.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And there was some good stuff in there. There were some people that talked about some of the pubs they actually liked. Some people brought up the cost thing, like you said, Joe. Cost and everything at home can definitely work out. But it's like someone said, beer brewer Dan. Plus, I frequent local bar because of the people and the taps. I'm a regular at a place in San Fran and Oakland for the same reasons. But if I'm in an unfamiliar city, I go where I can expect great beer, and hopefully the people are cool. So, I think they all have their pros and cons. And, if you find a brewery you love and you can go there, you're going to have a good variety, or at the very least, they're going to make quality beer. If you go to a local pub or bar, you might find a local, really good craft beer bar that, has all kinds of awesome beer on. But maybe you go to your local bar that doesn't have, the greatest selection, but you like all the people there. So, I mean, I can see why people pick both bar and brewery over home. Just at home, you can control everything. Yeah.
Literally everything. And it's cheaper. You don't have to worry about much. So I'm not surprised that home won out in this situation.
Yeah. And then Jellyman commented, I chose prefer at home simply on cost. $100 craft beer and liquor store provides a lot more beer for a week than $100 spent in a bar or tap room.
You always got to
true.
Yeah.
You always got to go in the mindset. If you're out at a bar or a brewery, you're always going to pay at the very least pretty much double of what you're going to pay at home.
And we did have a Canadian response too. So it said mixture. And this is from H for Hops. Here in Canada, often snowed in from December to March. So good to stay with the stag.
Hey, me too. I'm close enough.
And then we have Max Bowie. So it depends on the beer. If I want variety, entertainment, social atmosphere, then a bar. If I want knowledgeable conversation about a specific brewer and beers, then brewery. If it's a natty light night, then definitely at home.
Is it ever really a natty light night?
He has on purpose.
I'm just joking.
Sorry, Eric.
Where's the option home with beer tubing friends? Where was that option, Rod?
Well, that could have been on other.
Okay, yeah, that's well. Then I go for other.
And then we had then we did have Max Bowie, who said maybe, especially considering that if I go to a bar, most of the people on their phones, and at a brewery, most people are on a tap. So tonight is a natty night light, by the way. So he was staying at home drinking.
Yeah, I see a lot of people, especially in breweries, they're on their phone on tap. What I like to do is I just kind of quickly put all the beers into like my whatever list I have. Like I'll have like a whatever, and I'll put it in one of my lists. And then when I get home, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Or later on, so I can experience the ambiance of wherever I am.
There you go.
Because too many people are just looking at their phone. They're like, "Oh shit! Like this Kolsch. Do I give it a 3.5? How about you just like stare at other stuff other than your phone?"
I mean, you are out and about, so you might as well take in the experience.
Talk to the people that maybe are drinking the exact same beer as next to you. See what they're saying. Yeah, I mean, just try to make friends. Talk to the bartender. There's a lot of things you can do other than sitting on your phone.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing now that I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Some places actually put up the screens now for Untapped.
Mm-hmm.
Tap list. So when you check it in and you're putting it on there, now you're on their screen.
Yeah, so they encourage it.
Our local brewery that we go to quite a bit, it does the same thing. It has a little scroll at the bottom that anybody that's there, when you check in, it scrolls in. So I'm like, hey, there's my name. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, who really cares?
No, he's just like, oh my God, Todd is right there and he's drinking this Kolsch. Yeah. Like, no, no one's going to go nuts about it.
I said, I saw him. He did a shitty beer review with the average Joe.
Nah, they're just going to say he did a shitty beer review in general. I'm not going to say with average Joe because it's just all encompassing shit on my channel.
Look, if he thinks it's good, we're not buying it because it can't be good.
Say whatever they say, do the exact opposite.
But if you guys here on the panel or you guys watching think of a poll question to ask for next week, let us know. Let me know so I can put it out there on Twitter, and then we'll run with that too. So,
yeah, that might be. There'll be a lot of questions. A lot of stuff
coming in, and keep in mind it's got to be friendly too for the users out there as well.
Does it though?
This is where we need Shana to chime in. She'll make all kinds of questions for you.
We're not testicle beer or anything like that. So
we have Earth in the comments, and he says, and I'd imagine he says exactly like this: "Good evening, gentlemen."
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
And then Eric responds with, "What up, Earth?" Exactly like that. Pretty sure I heard him say that in my own mind. And then Bum shows up and says, "Hey guys, hey Earth." I don't know if he's saying hey to Earth or the actual entire planet, but either way, what's up, Bum?
I'm actually glad Earth showed up tonight because
just tonight, not any other night. Earth, just tonight. He's happy.
If you let me finish, these guys gonna open an act and they want to take over. I tell you, Earth, you're out in the San Diego area. There's nothing you got to really put out here, anything if you want. But I'm kind of interested if you saw some of the things out there with Reckless Brewing and anything that you're kind of caught a wind of that or any feedback. But if so, let me know. I'd be kind of curious just to see any thoughts you may have. But I'm not going to get deep into it tonight. But I was doing some different stuff on Twitter. I actually reached out to the owner of Reckless, and he's actually a little nervous about stuff happening out there right now. So it was kind of like not as bad to a founders type situation, but he definitely did a bad play, and he's feeling the effects at the brewery.
Cue the dad joke here, but would you say that his brewery has been a little, dare I say, reckless?
Supposed to, yeah. It's like, yeah.
Shout out to Bum. I actually just did a side-by-side review of Victory at Sea and the peanut butter version because I know he's a huge fan of it. That should be out in the next couple weeks, Bum. But I know that I know. No, there's no spoilers. I'm just saying I did it, and I did it also because of Rod. Because Rod recently reviewed the peanut butter one. I had a lot of fun doing that. Let's just say that. But I just want to shout out because Bum, I remember like going back like a year and a half ago, he just went nuts about the peanut butter cup, which I don't remember if Bum said that they actually just renamed the peanut butter version or if that was a completely different version.
Yeah, it's a different version with the peanut butter cup.
Did it have chocolate in it too? And then this one just has peanut butter, I think is probably the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for the peanut butter cup when it comes out again to check that one out.
Yeah, if they ever get that on like tap or even in bottles, like I'd like to. I think the chocolate added to that might be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I still got the high. Was the high?
High Westified or not High Westified. High West barrel aged.
Yeah, I got that in the cellar. I got to drink that one too and do a review on that.
Kyle sent it to me, and I did that as a whodunit beer, mystery beer, and it was fucking delicious. Like just drinking it, not knowing what it was, and I pulled it off. I was like, yeah, this is totally pretty damn good. So I'll be curious to see what you think.
And Earth said he didn't hear anything. Okay, I was just curious to get it out there, but on Twitter there was a lot of stuff happening, and the Facebook page where he got hit too out of Reckless Brewing. So just curious to kind of find out. Then let's see. And congratulations to Joe for being on the top 30 fee spot. What was this? Fee spot YouTube beer channels.
Somebody needs to tell me what Feed Spot is again. I forgot what this is.
along with moi. So like it was earlier this week or whatever, it came out like in the middle of the night or whatever, and one of the Facebook groups we were talking about.
Everyone's like, put it out now so nobody else see it.
It came out at 3:52 a.m. on a Tuesday.
It's like, I don't know who this guy put it out there, but it was like middle of the night, and it was an interesting list. I mean, there were some people that weren't on the list that were kind of surprising. So I don't know how it was all compiled. You tell you they have like this system how they compile it, but there was some on there. There were some that were on top of it that were like, I thought they were probably up there, but I don't know. It was just an interesting put together type thing. But any publicity is good publicity. I mean, unless you're R. Kelly.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's a different.
Or Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But technically, Michael's dead, so he's not really getting hit by it, right?
No, he's just.
Yeah, I mean, like let the poor guy rest. Just let it be.
Just be.
Yeah. That list itself, I don't know how they compile it at all, like literally at all. I don't know. I feel like they have like probably 200 different beer tubers on a dartboard. And they just randomly start throwing fucking darts on there. Just like, yeah, this guy sounds good. He's number 12. Like, I don't know. I don't deserve to be on any like top 30 list of anything positive beer tubing. So I was like, what? I'm in the top whatever? What is this? Like, what?
Well, originally I was like number 7, and then I got bumped to number 8 because I guess they forgot Brandon because then Craft Beer Pours went to number 7. And it was like, yeah. So
well, Joe, if it tells you anything, I came in at number 27. And I don't even have a channel. So
this is as bad as the wine tuber list that included Rod. It's like on the same level.
Yeah.
But hey, I'll put you back up. I mean, I'm also Fee Spot top 50 wine tuber.
I mean, and that is a list that I'd have an appreciation for if I were you.
Yeah,
clearly.
Top notch. What are you guys doing? If I'm on the list, what are y'all doing?
I have no idea. I will say though, it's cool that I'm on the list, but I don't know why I'm on the list, I guess is the question. Eric, you were not on the list, right? You mentioned.
Right. But I told my viewers I was shifting from beer to sports, so I'm not surprised I didn't make it.
But you have like almost 1,000 subscribers. I think maybe the name, because you're Eric Alliance fan, you're not like Eric a Beer Tuber or something, like maybe that played a role.
Yeah, that very well could have been.
The list to me, it's cool, but
I don't take much. I don't know.
I'm gonna take the fucking whatever you can put in your for Instagram, and I'm gonna do it at some point.
Well, I was surprised DJ BrewTube wasn't on there, or was he? But
yeah, DJ wasn't on there, and
you know what I think? I think it's consistency too, because I noticed, a lot of guys weren't on there. A lot of guys that are much better than myself, and there's no question about it. I think like maybe consistency, maybe like I post a video every day, maybe, and I know Brandon posts a lot of stuff. I know Eric, you don't post as much beer stuff, so maybe that's part of it. Like they don't tell you what the criteria is.
What they do at the beginning in that first paragraph, they tell you like bullet points on what it was. Consistency was one of the ones listed.
Oh, fucking this guy's consistently shit.
You're consistent at doing this.
Yeah, consistent at being terrible. That's consistency to some degree.
I don't know. Maybe the guy that picked it, I don't even know if he drinks or not. But then there's a little gray area. It's like based on our subjective choice or whatever it says too. So I don't know. Anyway, I take it and I put the badge up and I wear it with pride.
Yeah, congratulations, Rod. You did it.
It's like you need Cub Scouts again or Boy Scouts. It's like, I got a badge.
You need to have that little badge back on your wall there, Joe.
I'll just fucking I'll print it out and fucking tape it back here as poorly as I can.
Hologram light on the back.
Yeah, there you go.
Be like, by the way, if you didn't notice, right there, top, what am I, 15, 18, 21? Doesn't matter, I'm on the list. Like,
give me a little decoder ring, too.
Yeah. I'll have an actual big ass ring and just like every once in a while just show it to the camera. Be like,
just
oh, by the way,
yeah.
If you're suspect of what I'm saying, just look at the ring. Kiss the ring, just look at it.
No, you just put your glass in and be like, look at the color. Oh, by the way.
By the way, am I number 19 on a list that I know nothing about? Yes, I am.
Oh, sorry. Did I get in the way? No, look at the beer.
Are you blinded by the light of my ring? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a funny list, but hey, it is what it is.
It is a list.
I know what you say. A list is a list.
The channel and help me build up the subscriber base where I'm at, and so.
Yeah, I had 4 people unsubscribe because of that list. I don't know why.
sorry, I'll resubscribe.
There were 4 that didn't make the list.
Yeah. They're like, excuse me, this guy made the list. Oh yeah, I'm subbed to him. No longer.
No more.
I forgot he existed.
Yeah.
We have a couple comments here. We have Earth said he hasn't heard anything, but I think you already read that. Eric Gilbert says, "You boob, aka YouTube, shut the chat on me, but I'm a bit smarter. Back to trolling sons." I don't know if you are all that smarter, Eric, but I appreciate you in the comments section.
What's Eric and everybody else drinking tonight? I'm curious. No one said
Eric.
That flow.
Yeah, Eric's triple fisting without a shadow of a doubt. Not Eric Elias fan, although he might at some point. Eric Gilbert, though, definitely triple fisting. Probably scotch, beer, and maybe wine, because he is also a top 50 wine tuber. There's too many Erics. There's too many Erics that I know. 2 of them. It's too many. Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue says, "Cheers, Rod J and team." Cheers, Thrash Metal. I've seen he started to review like local beers in Colorado, so I've watched some pretty solid. I enjoy it because I know he does mostly homebrew stuff and barbecue stuff. So cool to see him branching out. Keep him coming, Thrash Metal. And then Eric Gilbert says, "I'm waiting on the top weed tuber list." Oh boy.
Everybody will have like ski masks on, like malt liquor.
They might.
Just like the malt liquor boys.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Eric, you bringing back Malt Liquor Monday? If not, why?
Right now, it's undecided.
You know what is decided? Next Beer Flow show, all the 4 Loko. I showed you guys my selection. I can get the 14 percenters.
Are you not here? Are you not here next show?
I might
That's
be
why
here
you're probably saying it.
I can. I think they'll age beautifully.
Tonight. Sorry, guys.
Well, let's just say whatever week to show up, I'll know in advance so I can just tell you guys, like, hey, you got 4 or 5 days to get 4 Loko. And I'll just grab one, put it in the fridge, and let it age for smoothness. And see what happens. I'm thinking about that gold one because if I want to drink a flavor of anything, I want gold flavor, whatever that is.
Yeah, you want the gold flavor.
I want the gold. I don't want silver or bronze. Fucking gold. This is what I want.
It's making my stomach burn just thinking about it.
Oh, imagine when you drink the next 24-ounce can. I like it. It said like 24-ounce can in big letters. I'm like, or big font. I'm like, are you serious? 24 ounces?
Oh, yeah.
No. When people say, what flavor? Like, oh, my favorite's purple. Like, that's not a flavor.
Yeah. It's like,
I like the red one. The red one's good.
The gold flavor is smooth. And I was like, is there glitter in this 4 Loko? Is that what they're saying? Because I don't know what gold flavor exactly is. Exactly.
Gold flavor, you got Lil Jon say, yeah.
I'm totally drinking the gold flavor because why wouldn't you? You drink that gold flavor.
The gold standard, sons.
Yeah, it has to be top notch.
What? Okay.
The crazy thing is,
okay.
I don't know what the price on those were when I sent it. It was under $3, and I'm like, come on, are you serious? It's 24 ounces for 14%.
That means you paid way too much for it.
$3 fucking.
No, but what the? Yeah, $2.99 for 24 ounces.
Jesus Christ, man!
I get them for like $1.99.
Yeah.
Well, that's I don't know. Oh, sorry, it's New York State. I'm paying a premium for the gold flavor.
Oh, apparently.
Yeah, maybe I'll go to like a 7-Eleven. I'll get a deal on them. Not like
that's your problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
My friend, I got a deal for you. So this week it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. The return of the BeerTuber Spotlight Sunday night. It's going to be a good one. You know, Joe already mentioned the one with Kyle, No Hype Beer Reviews. If you haven't seen No Hype Beer Reviews, check out his channel. He does some really good beer stuff. He's also out from New York, not far from really where Joe is, probably an hour or so. But we had a really good talk when we did it and everything. Went through a lot of good stuff. I mean, the more I'm doing these, the more they're becoming, I think, better and just more involved. You're getting to know a lot of people, but you're going to find out a lot of good stuff about Kyle. And that'll actually be played Sunday night at 9 o'clock. That'll be ready to rock and roll. It's already out there scheduled.
Nice.
And then at some point, Joe, we'll be doing one for Joe for the Beer Patrol. What's Joe's story? You're going to find out.
I'll tell you what my story is. I'm a top 30 beer tuber. Done. Fucking done.
Enough said.
Enough said. I'm on a list of some
Are you
sort.
a Flavor Flav Metal top 30 beer tuber?
No.
We do.
Definitely not. Definitely not. That would be terrible. Terribly awesome, that is.
That'll be hilarious.
Also, I want to clarify that actually, even though we're in New York State, Kyle's about 3.5, 4 hours away from me in Albany.
I thought it was like, okay, so yeah, he did tell me it wasn't as close, but I thought it was like,
if you look at a map, like it's Buffalo to Rochester is about an hour and 15, and then Rochester to Syracuse is like another hour, and then Syracuse to Albany is like another hour, hour and a half. So if you add it all up from Buffalo to Albany is about 3.5, I think 4 hours. But him and I are going to meet up at some point. I told him that one of his favorite breweries that because he moved recently, but where he used to live, there's a couple breweries, and I might hit them up this summer. So if I do, I'll tell him. And he's like, "Oh, tell me, and I'll come hang out." So I'm like, "Yes, totally can do that." But yeah, he's a great beer tuber. Although I will say, Kyle does lie about one thing. He calls his channel No Hype Beer Reviews. He drinks a lot of hype beers. Just to say this, a lot of hype beers.
But he's giving you the straight skinny.
That's true. He doesn't let it influence him at all, even though he's drinking all the hype beers.
Yeah, it doesn't influence me, but I'm only going to buy these ones.
Yeah, and he hit 800 subs, I believe, today. He posted on Instagram.
No, he had 800. Well, when we did the thing last night, he had 800 then. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
there you go.
Well
deserved for sure.
Yeah, he has some great stuff there, and like I said, it's going to be. I think you'll be surprised with some of the stuff he talked about, but it was really like a little bit deeper on a few things, and we had a good conversation on things. So, and that's what I hopefully bring more of those. I'm going to bring, like I said, Joe. We have Joe's on here, but we're going to bring more of those back and start getting more of those out there again because it's a fun thing to do. I mean, he's done it. Tyan's done it back in the day, and then I didn't realize when I did Eric and Tyan's, it was like the end of 2017, and then I came back and just did Brad's the end of 2019. I was like, I should be doing more of these because these are really fun.
Yeah. It's fun to get to know your fellow beer tubers, or if you're not a beer tuber, the beer tubers you watch.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything from your experience, Eric. But I know you said you really liked it too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did.
Let me see here, and then I had a question up there on the board too. It was like because it was like looking at some stuff earlier this week, and there was a couple of threads I was reading, and I had a question up there like, do we matter? Do we matter as we sit here and we talk about beers and we review beers and we, criticize, not say criticize, but we just pretty much share what we enjoy more than anything. There was like some threads out there questioning, why some of the reviewers do the reviews they do type thing. Like one person said, well, I never saw a reviewer say something that influenced me to buy a beer or not buy a beer. But I've had people tell me it has influenced them on stuff too. But it's kind of like, there's times when some of these breweries respond to some of the people too with some of their comments. So it's kind of like they're paying attention to stuff too. But it's kind of like, how do we matter in the scheme of things? So just kind of putting that out there and getting your guys' feedback. What you guys think of it?
I mean, for me, being that Shorts contacted me and they were kind of a little bit hot under the collar about me not saying that they didn't have ABV on their labels on their cans, and I think that's probably one of the number one things you must have on it, because most people today, like me, I bought this can at the local Horrocks in Lansing here. If it didn't have an ABV on it, I wouldn't have. What's that, Rod?
You say whorehouse for a second. Like,
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I prefer that. I prefer that.
Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
But if it didn't have the ABV on the can, I probably would have just sat it back down and grabbed something else. So, but a lot of people I see in there grab singles to try because there's so many beers out there. They're not going to grab a 6-pack or something. They're going to grab one of these, and they got, well, hell, I got hundreds of other beers I can try. I don't have to get a 6-pack of just this. So, and they were kind of hot under the collar a little bit, but I mean, they're starting to come around. I seen one of them have a ABV on them, so I think they're starting to put that on the cans now instead of on the packaging.
But the fact that they reached out to you says to me, like, yeah, we do matter. We're getting noticed. We're getting contacted by
you. And I didn't really mean to, blast them or anything like that. I just said, that's the ABV is one of the number one things you got to have on it, because if I grab this and I don't know what ABV is on it, I mean, the consumer has to be informed about what they're drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree to an extent about mattering. You matter to people who think you matter, I guess is the best way to look at it. Not all breweries care about social media or YouTube specifically or Instagram, but there are some that do. You matter to whoever thinks you matter. Like I always in my reviews always talk about my ratings not mattering to anybody but myself. But I'm sure there are people that watch my reviews that have a palate that's probably similar to mine, or are probably, 80, 90% of the time agree with my opinion. They might look at my opinion of the beer and my rating mattering to them to whether or not they pick up a beer, but that might just be one person out of X amount of people who watch my reviews. So it matters to the people who it matters to. And you'll see a lot of different breweries that care about social media. They care about what people are saying about it on YouTube, care about Instagram and so forth. And then there are other breweries that don't care either way. It all depends on the brewery. It all depends on the person. Everything matters to, at the very least, a small extent. You can look at some of the bigger YouTubers and or bigger beer tubers, I should say, and you can see the amount of beer they're sent by. I mean, I'll just say it right now. There's probably a half dozen beer tubers that I follow that, Stone has sent their new Metallica beer to, or has sent some of their new releases to. There's another brewery out of California called Pariah that there's 3 or 4 beer tubers I watch. They sent their stuff to. They matter. I mean, if you have X amount of subs, X amount of views, they want to get the word out. Some breweries will send them stuff knowing that you're sending them free beer. Not necessarily that these people are going to give them great reviews, but they're going to give them honest feedback. And if you're making good beer and the feedback's good, then you might encourage people that are watching those reviews to go and buy your product, even though they've never heard of you before. You're getting your word out. So, yeah, I think everybody matters to a certain extent. It's just how much does each beer tuber matter? It all depends on your viewership, your sub list, and I guess just how you are as a beer tuber in general. If you're honest, I think more people respect that. If you're a shill, people aren't going to respect that.
Right. And that's the thing, too, when you're doing a lot of that stuff. I think people do notice that as well. If you're not authentic in what you're actually doing, then they're going to pick up on that and kind of have a feel of one way or another. But, yeah, I think in the scheme of things, I think it does matter. Like I said, people are contacting for a reason. And I've had some I've talked to before, and I've had a brewery, one of the ones I've done, that the beer wasn't as good as what I was used to their beers doing, and I had done a review on, and I knew the owner, and I talked to the owner, and he's like, "Oh, you're not going to like every beer we do. We don't expect you to like every beer and stuff. We just appreciate you do an honest opinion of it." So, as it is a difference of some of the ones that are actually doing it, and then some that come out and slam stuff, and they're not giving a real opinion of it, kind of like someone says, "Well, I don't really like porter, so this is a 2 type." Well, you're not really doing anything with it. You're not really reviewing. You're just kind of, in that case, kind of maybe just slamming that beer or whatever, too. So, I think if you're actually given a full perspective, everything like that, then people appreciate that, and that's where you make a difference. So,
and I think any brewery or brewer themselves worth anything would understand that. And I feel like there's some that don't, but like you have to understand in the day and age of social media, if people are going to go out there and review your product or even on a tap, just say whatever, you got to understand that there are a lot. I mean, you'll see a lot of untapped check-ins where someone's checking in a sour beer and be like, they'll give it a 1 out of 5 and be like, oh, too sour.
right.
The fucking sour beer. That's what they're going for. Those people's opinions you got to just take with a grain of salt and just put them to the side. If you see somebody reviewing your product and they're not doing it truthfully, then I feel you have a right to be upset. But you also have to understand everybody has different opinions. I think what you said about the brewer that understands that you're not going to like all your beers, if you just shill for a company and you like everything they produce, even though in your heart of hearts, you know that maybe this beer isn't the greatest, people can see through that. I think any brewery wants you to be honest, because if you're a brewery, you want to be better and you want to get better and you want to produce great beer, you want people to be honest and you want the feedback to be honest and authentic. You don't want them to be just patting you on the back going, oh yeah, everything you make's fucking great, because that's not the reality. Especially for a lot of these breweries that want social media opinions. They're very new to the game. They've only been in business for a year or two, right? So maybe their beer isn't the greatest. Maybe it needs some fixing. But if you have somebody that just sits there and pats you on the back, you're not going to get any better. So I don't know. I've seen a lot of breweries get upset at stuff like, I mean, Shorts being upset at Eric is ridiculous, because here's some fact of the matter. In this day and age, for you not to put an ABV on a beer is fucking absurd. That should be one thing that every fucking brewery in this country, in the world, should have on the label's ABV. We could sit here and argue about bottled on and canned on date. I think we'd all prefer it to be on there, clearly, especially with hop forward beers and beers with like coffee and adjuncts that dissipate. But to argue and be upset that Eric took I don't want to say offense, but called them out and said, hey, you should put ABV on the beer, on the label. You should. That should just be commonplace for everybody. So for sure, Shorts to get upset about that, like, I question that a bit. That's kind of.
I'm not sure how that's not a regulation for breweries, beer, whatever, anything that's alcoholic should have an ABV on it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely should be on there. I mean, ABV and date are probably the two most important things I look at. And then, like Eric has said, if he didn't see the ABV on the one, if it wouldn't have been there, he may not have picked it up. I mean, I go through stuff and I see some things, and if it's not on a can with the date, there's stuff that I'll skip over unless I know, okay, this is like an Imperial Stout, then it's 10% ABV. Well, I know that one can hold well. If I know the store is a good store, how they treat their supplies, then I'm not worried about how they just sitting out in the sun somewhere or something like that. But there's certain things that should be automatically on them. If you got to put the government label on there, it should be like government label, ABV, and date, and then anything else. Like these people that put like a paragraph or two of writing about a story in the background, but they don't have ABV or date on there, it's a waste, in my opinion.
And to go further about the ABV thing, I remember, and I don't know how accurate this is, but fellow beer tuber Chad, the albino rhino, he told me that he talked to somebody in New York State that one of the breweries that, because in New York State, I guess it's not law to put ABV on the label, right? And he asked them, well, why not? And they said that people, they feel as if people buying the beer, if they know that it's a bigger ABV, they're going to gravitate towards that ABV because it's higher in alcohol. They'll buy more of them and be less responsible. And I'm like, how is that better than somebody randomly buying that beer and not knowing the ABV, getting it home, and then it's like 15% and they have no idea? I would feel that's more irresponsible than knowing what's on there. Like that made absolutely no sense to me. I'm like, let the consumers choose and actually know what the fuck is in your product, because we have PSA every week from Eric, but somebody could go to the store, pick up a 4 or 6 pack of a beer thinking it's 6-7%, and all of a sudden it's a 12% beer. And nowadays with craft breweries doing such a good job at hiding the ABV, you not knowing it, you drink those 3 or 4 beers thinking whatever, and now you're fucking completely blitzed and out of your mind. It's like, how is that not irresponsible? It's totally irresponsible, and this should not be allowed. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Keep going.
This rant brought to you by.
Get your rant on. Yeah, get your rant on.
Yeah, it's horse shit. It's horse shit.
How do you really feel about it, Joe?
Yeah. No,
I just don't get it. I don't get how that's cool.
Well, as we know, there's a lot of things that aren't as logical in the beer world either. So, but yeah,
that's one of them. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
I mean, we could sit here and discuss, the dates being on the cans and bottle. I mean, like I said, we all prefer it. And when it comes to beers that matter, like, yeah, you already said it, Rod, about walking into a store, and if you're going to pick up a hop forward IPA, how many of you put down a beer that you're going to buy off the shelf because you don't know how old it is and it's an IPA? Like, I don't want a chance spending $3, $4, $5 a can or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's
6 years.
6 years. Well, we don't want to bring up terrible memories.
Let's look at that. Like, again, talking about if we matter, obviously, Erica got that beer.
Well, we need to clarify because not everybody has seen it. Eric when we were doing the Beer Flow show and we were doing one brewery a week. We were doing Brooklyn one week, and Eric went and picked up their East IPA, East IPA, and he went to a place that apparently doesn't rotate their stock all that much.
The bodega or something.
Yeah, it was. Let's just say it was a place that didn't care too much for Brooklyn, or at least their product. And Eric
they gravitated towards malt liquors more than they did the Brooklyn beer.
There you go. He and we're doing this show, and Eric's like, "Oh, it tastes like an older IPA or whatever." I'm like, "Eric, why don't you check the date?" And he checked the date. The beer was 6 years old, and he picked it up fresh off a shelf. It was on someone's shelf. It wasn't like he dove into his cellar. He picked it up off somebody's shelf and bought it, paid full price for it, and he got an IPA that I think was brewed in like 2012.
So, yeah, 2012. That's what it was.
Like, even with labels and dates on and stuff, not everybody always looks. That's up to the distributor. That's up to the place that's selling it. If you care about your consumers, you might not leave that on the shelf for more than like a couple months or 6 months.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that too. Like, I'm sometimes guilty of not always looking at the date, just because you would think that as a distributor of it, you should be checking your shit and changing it around. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be up to the consumer, although you should look at it, but you should feel fairly confident that it's going to be within a drinkable time frame of what it is. You know what I mean? Like, 6 years, that's ridiculous. Like, that should never, like, that dude should lose his liquor license for 6-year-old.
I want to dust on the bottle, right?
Yeah.
And if you think
there
about
wasn't even any dust on the bottle.
Well, maybe they're cleaning off each day. The thing is that the distributor, whoever is delivering it, you'd have to think they're like, holy shit, man, they didn't put in an order for Brooklyn East IPA like in the last couple of years. I wonder if they're just not carrying it anymore, and maybe I should check it out. Nope, totally carrying it, just not fresh.
But in saying that, the other day I was going to pick up something. I was like, oh, I want that. And I looked at the date, and it was like September of last year. And I'm like, I don't want it. I'm not going to drink it now.
And that might have been something that you wouldn't have done 3-4 years ago, where to try something new or try something different, you don't have as much selection. Now, every single week there's stuff showing up, by the dozens. It's like new beer left here, new beer, new brewery here. If you walk in and there's an IPA and it's 3 months old, I'm not going to try that when there's, a half dozen new IPAs that are a week old in front of me. That it makes no sense. So for them, places should be putting bottled on and canned on dates, but that not have the ABV is just absurd to me. Like, it doesn't, you talk about logic. There is no logic to that at all.
No, that should be a Food and Drug Administration or whatever, FDA or whoever is in charge of that. That should be something that should be on there. The date, maybe okay, whatever. You can or can't do that. That's fine. But ABV to me is 100% should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No questions asked.
And it also brings up another question: are they inadvertently leaving the dates off on purpose for that reason? Because they know you're not going to buy it if it's something you're not getting fresh anyway, just because a distro, something coming from California, it's already 6-7 weeks old anyway. So maybe they're going to go, oh, we just don't put a date on it. They're going to buy it anyway because it's new to the, maybe new to the shelf. So they're just going to pick it up. Already being 2 months old. Well, if they put a date on it, it's going to sit. You know what I mean? Like,
if I know it's a new brewery, and I may give them some slack maybe on not having the ABV, the package on date on there. I might give them a little bit of slack for a little bit, but like for a Stone, and if Stone doesn't have that on there, I'm just putting this back on the shelf and I'm getting something else.
Yeah. There's all kinds. I can't get over the ABV thing. I don't know how ABV thing isn't a law. I don't know how that's not a law.
I agree. That's mind blowing.
Yeah.
Just like that, you know, they don't need to know it could be fucking 2% or 25%. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, people drinking it do. Like they would like to know.
It'd be like going and buying like some ibuprofen and not knowing what the milligrams are. Be like, just take a guess. Take a handful if you want. Whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. It's ibuprofen. Who cares?
That's a great analogy because you can't. You know, when it comes to dates on beers, you know, a lot of argument people will be like, well, you know, when it comes to food, don't they have expiration dates? They do. Beers don't really expire per se. Like Eric drinking that East IPA, nothing's going to happen to him except for he gets a really shitty 6-year-old IPA. but like when it comes to stuff like that, like if you're drinking a beer and you buy a 6-pack and you think it's 5% and it turns out to be 10% and you drink that entire 6-pack, you might be in trouble. You might get alcohol poisoning. You might get to the point where you never thought you were going to, you know, you thought it was 5%. There's a big difference when you're talking 5% to 10% and you're drinking 6 of them. So for any state to be like, oh, it's totally cool. It's totally not. I don't know what they're thinking. I'm going to read the comments though, because there's a shit ton of comments. We have Eric Gilbert says he's not drinking yet. He's just damn tired. Anyone believe him? Not this guy.
Not at all. Not at all.
He's probably already finished off an entire bottle of scotch, and then he's going to be misspelling everything momentarily. Thrash Metal Homebrew says gold flavor, LOL. That's what I said. I was like, gold's not a flavor. What the fuck? It's a color. It's a color. It better be gold. If I pour it and it's not gold, I'm pissed at that point. Eric Gilbert says, get the Lucky Charms flavor. Is that going to be a topic we talk about, the Lucky Charms beer? Or is that old news?
Yeah, if things go right, I might be picking up some Saturday for you.
No, look out for the Lucky Charms review from Ron.
Is that where it does it come out this weekend at Listerman?
Listerman is doing theirs. It's supposed to come out this weekend. So
is it going to be
packaged? There's different spots around the country that actually have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll get over there in time. I mean, you guys are putting me against the wall on this one because you know I don't line up. I just
better line up, Rod. I lined up.
But they're going to release it at 10 a.m., so I'll probably go over there in the morning and I don't know, try to see if I can get it over there. If not, I'm going to probably get you guys some stuff from Listerman anyway because they got.
They're coming out with one on Tuesday. Hint, hint. That looks fucking fantastic, but it's expensive though.
For $4.50?
No, from Listerman.
What one is it?
It's a triple stuffed stout or something that looks like barrel aged with almost looks like Oreos.
It's not till Tuesday it comes out.
Tuesday, but it's like $11 for a 12-ounce bottle.
I know of a certain individual who works from home at times.
Well, I get over there, I can see. I mean, let them know. I've talked to the guys right before. I got to find out some of the other guys there and get them my cards and information so they can hold some of that stuff for me.
Yeah, you better get those cards.
But they got the Shamrock one about to come out here too for St. Patty's Day.
I think it comes out. I think it already come out.
Yeah, so if that's over there, I'll try to get that for you guys. Because they usually have stuff there. It's just a matter of how quick things end up going. So you might be in luck though because it is snowing right now. So if it's bad, we can't get over there like on Saturday morning or whatever. I mean, I got a Grand Cherokee, so I'll be able to get right through that snow and be able to get to it. So
sweet.
So we'll see. So I'll see what I can get over there with that one. But yeah, the Lucky Charms. There was a brewery in Virginia that has a Lucky Charms. There was a couple other ones I saw out there. It's like the hot thing right now. Like all you trying to do Lucky Charms. But Todd knows Listerman. He knows Listerman does good shit. So
I've heard great things about that.
They remind me a lot of like a 450 North.
Yeah.
Where a few years ago they were just okay, and then in the last couple of years they just been like exploding.
They would be like my 450 North or other half brewery here.
Yeah, their shit is good.
Yeah.
It's all hearsay until I try it. Also, we have.
Sounds like all bullshit, Rod. Sounds like all bullshit.
Sounds like it's fantastic if it exists. Redbeard says, "What be going down?"
Cheers, Red.
What's up, Redbeard? Him and Thrash Metal exchange pleasantries, high fives, perhaps. Bum then says, "Yes." I thought Eric said whorehouse too. Must have been you, Eric, not us. Correct. Redbeard says, I feel like I've received a lot of beer mail for how small my channel is. I also want to point out that I'm getting feedback with the no headset.
For my thing?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, Redbeard does get a lot of fucking mail from, must be an Ontario thing. I don't know. Thrash Metal Homebrew says, I'd love to start a brewery, but it takes so much capital, even opening a tap room. Ugh. Yeah, it's expensive. You need some money. Eric Gilbert says the rant is on. I'd imagine that was when I was ranting. So yes, it was, and I apologize, even though I don't. They leave shipping out every fucking bottle and can. And then Redbeard says, I can't see how the crap no ABV even legal. LOL. And then he fixed it when he said is legal. Thrash Metal says born on date at the very minimum. I'd agree. Any date would be great on the bottle, but I feel like you should put definitely a born on date or a bottled on date and let the consumer decide so they know. I always hate the best before, because then you don't, like, a lot of breweries will say, okay, 3 months out, and another breweries will say 9 months, another one will say 6. So it's like, I don't really know how fresh it is. I just know it's good until now. But if I'm drinking an IPA and that brewery says you have 6 month limit, that's still not ideal. I don't want to drink a fresh IPA at 5.5 months old. That's not.
Yeah, the big thing is if you, I mean, for the average consumer, it probably won't work as much, but for those of us that drink a lot of different beers and kind of know some of the styles, if you know the style and you know the born on date, you kind of have an idea on how long it should last. So that will be helpful in that regard too.
Yep. And there's some breweries that do both. They'll do Best Buy and a bottle on, so you can just know yourself.
I think one of the best cans right now is the platform can from Platform Brewing. They give you everything you could possibly want.
Oh, they do. They do a great job. As good as anybody.
Yeah, all the ingredients, which is great, from the malts, the hops, what yeast are using, everything, all the adjuncts. It's great.
They're like, don't ask us shit. It's all right.
Yeah. If you can't figure it out, then that's your problem.
You're already drunk.
Yeah.
It's true. Redbeard agrees with Thrash Metal about the born on date, and then Thrash Metal says, I personally like born on date ABV and extra, like extra stuff. I mean, in an ideal world, I'd like to see ABV, IBU, bottled or canned on date, Best Buy, and then ingredients.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I would say that would be my ideal world. Would be like, tell me everything that's in the beer, tell me the ABV and the IBUs, tell me when it was put into the can or bottle, and tell me when it's technically good to. Outside, if you give me all that information, I shouldn't be able to complain at all.
Yeah. I was going to say, even for me, like, I don't even need IBUs that much anymore.
No.
I think IBUs are becoming a point where they're not even as needed, but...
No, they're not. They're, because it's all perceived bitterness anyways. Like, I can't tell you how many, 100 IBU beers I have drank that taste like 30, and then how many 30 taste like 80. It's like, it all depends on the malt base, depends on the ABV, depends on other ingredients in there. It's, it's huge difference. But I still like any kind of information that's, like a lot of places will put SRM and whatnot, which, I'm sure home brewers and whatnot appreciate. But, at the end of the day, like, to not have an ABV on the bottle of can is just, yeah. Anyway, Sexton Brewing, Ashley says, cheers, gentlemen. That's horse shit. And I agree.
Cheers to Ashley. And Ashley, welcome to the BeerTube community, because he lost his channel last week, right? So
go check it out. It's Sexton.
Welcome.
It's SEXTON space brewing, and he does a terrible job. I mean, a great job.
or just hit the 3 dots by his name. You can go to the channel as well.
Yeah, if you watch this on the replay, you'll have the live chat probably recorded, so you can check him out. But he does, he does mostly homebrew stuff. Actually, Chris from Off the 10th and myself are going to review his one of his latest homebrews on my channel at some point. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, he does great stuff. Eric Gilbert says, well-aged Brooklyn.
It was well aged, all right.
It was well aged, brother. Oh.
It was aged a bit too well. And then Eric Gilbert says, no sleep on the toilet. I feel like the scotch is now appropriately hitting him. It's been about an hour and a half. And then 420 says, yo, what's good, Rod and mates?
What's up, man? 420, cheers, welcome.
Yeah, he says Guinness is $4.99 for a sixer with a free glass here, so that's pretty good. $5.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
for 420.
I like how you have to say. I have to. There's multiple apps.
He might get on the YouTube. He might get on the weed list.
Oh yeah. Hey,
ABV spot. Check
There's
out
a lot.
420.
Yeah, a weed tuber, as he said.
A weed tuber.
And then Eric Gilbert says, I'm drinking now. So there we go. Confirmed. And then 420 says, I have to get my beer on after I visit Tesla for service. Oh, he's got a Tesla.
Nice. What a Tesla? A Tesla repair probably costs you a little bit of money considering the price on some of their cars. So
yeah, you get good mileage and whatnot, but I don't know how much that would cost to get fixed.
Like
he says
0 to 60 for like what, 3 seconds or something?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
He also says definitely a born on date in ABV, which I agree, and then he says LOL, thanks. You got to say 420 if you don't.
420.
And then Elbow 88 says, cheers, folks. What up, Elbow?
Cheers, Elbow. What are you drinking on tonight, my friend?
And then 420 says, I cost approximately, ouch. that would be the cost on that, no doubt.
Well, at least it didn't cost that left a mark, you know.
It's like you go into the dealership and they're just like, they put their arm around you and be like, we gotta talk. It's like, what? What does that mean? Does that mean it's gonna be 5 figures? How much?
Like, there's the ankles. All right, grab them.
Like, you just want all of my cards right now? I got this Visa one and this MasterCard. You just want me to just hand them over? Max them all out. Do what you need to do. Redbeard says, I'm contemplating cracking open my bottle of Invictus I got today, 18.2%. So yeah, there's a brewery in Ontario called Flying Monkeys, and they did that barrel-aged 18.2% beer called Invictus that there was varying opinions on. I know a lot of people that really enjoyed it and then some that thought it was just kind of a mess. So my response to you, Redbeard, is probably going to be co-signed by all 3 of the panel mates here in that, yes, open up that beer. Why wouldn't you open up that beer? You always open up an 18.2% beer and drink it. You're at home. There's nowhere to drive. There's no PSA that needs to be said. Just drink it. You're Redbeard. You can handle your liquor, but not really. And then Eric,
just do a chug video of it.
Yeah,
chug it.
It's technically malt liquor, Redbeard. So. And then
chug.
And then Eric posts, "Do it, Red. Peer pressure, Redbeard. Come on, Carrie." And then he says, "Peer pressure equals effective." Yes, it is.
I think Redbeard's gonna be like, it's getting hot in here.
Yeah, Redbeard's gonna be like, "What go down, people?" He's gonna be done soon.
I think Redbeard's gonna be on deck after Joe for the beer tuber spotlight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh wow, that should be interesting.
Oh wow.
Animated? It'll probably be an animated one.
If we could just do no pterodactyl sounds, I'm into it. Like, you just settle down, Redbeard.
Viewer discretion advised.
Yeah, and what be going down, hopefully, your voice. Also, I love you, Redbeard. 420 says 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds is my best time.
Yeah.
But throw me over the sink for service. There you go.
You say, "Oh, Elon, oh, Elon."
Whoa, that's a little bit too much, but also yes.
Elon's like, "Yeah, I got you."
Yeah, and then Elbow 88 says, I've got a space dust from Elysian. I don't care what anyone says about Elysian, Ellison, or whatever. I say Elysian. I think that's actually how you pronounce it based on what I remember seeing on Twitter.
Elysian, I thought.
Elysian. I think they said I remember seeing it was Elysian or Elysian, and I think they said it was Elysian on Twitter, but it doesn't matter how you say it. Whatever it says, they're owned by AB InBev, so they suck. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. They still make good beer, and I still like space dust, so anybody that tells you differently.
Let's trade pour everything.
Oh my God, they're AB InBev. Pour it down the sink. You can't drink it.
You know, like Breckenridge is AB InBev too, right? So you're not pouring out Breckenridge ales either. You're like,
just like that wicked weed, it's going down the drain.
Oh my God, I can't be seen drinking it. My reputation.
Drain pour it all.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen. You ever see like the old? It used to be the old show like OC Choppers or whatever with the dad. Mm-hmm. And they got the memes out there.
Meme.
Like, why isn't there one like with some of the craft beers that are under like AB? I've never seen one out there. Like, Breckenridge is owned by AB InBev, and they're going back and forth between each other.
You know what's horseshit about that? In reality is, that could be a whole show basically. But like, you know, I did recently Lagunitas stuff and whatnot, and everyone's like, "Oh, best bang for buck." You don't see anybody really fucking get into Lagunitas being owned 100% by Heineken. Like, no, there's not a lot of people. It's like
it's Heineken Europe, not Heineken USA. It's Heineken
whatever.
Europe.
It's fucking super huge conglomerate of horse shit. But they own Lagunitas, and people are just like, oh, whatever. Oh, why? Because they make quality stuff and you enjoy it, and the price point's great. So now we're gonna forget about it.
Well, people do the same with Founders and Miguel Samuel, whatever.
Yeah. They're only owned by 28.634%. It's like, what?
Well, people do the same with Goose Allen, depending on the beer that you're buying.
Drain pour Bourbon County down the drain.
Pour it all. It's no good.
Pretty much. I mean, I was when I was reviewing the two Ballast Point beers. I'm saying I was like, under my breath, I was like, yeah, you know, they're owned by Constellation. It's like, it doesn't matter. No, it's fucking still delicious. Settle down.
Yeah, they're the one owned by Macro. They're not bringing the price down.
I was gonna say that's the only thing that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah. That's that. Well, I mean, I'll say this: like, it's weird because with Ballast Point, like they're for Victory at Sea, I think that's actually priced well. I think I want to say I paid, you know, it's like a 4-pack's like $12 or something. That's fine for a 10% Imperial Porter coffee. But then like their 6-pack of Sculpin is also like $15, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how's this $3 a bottle? But this is also almost $3 a bottle, and this one's like 5 or like whatever 3% higher and has coffee and vanilla. I'm like, that's weird. Ballast Point, get your shit together.
This makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like I'm not putting 2 and 2 together, but probably not going to buy Sculpin all that often.
It's that Common Core math.
Yeah, it's kind of
Common Core.
Yeah, let's not get crazy with Common Core math. Let's not get crazy with math after drinking 13.2% Imperial Stout.
Yeah, Joe, how's that one doing? Have you finished the bottle yet, or?
I know. Yeah, no, it's gone.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm on to one of your other half beers. So.
Oh, that's the one I'm also sending to Rod and Eric. Are you enjoying it?
The Double Mosaic Dream. Yes, very good.
It's pretty
solid.
delicious.
It's solid. Yeah, solid.
It's delicious. Yeah. It's solid, delicious. It's all the same. Redbeard says, "I can be well behaved. Damn you." Can you? We'll be the judges of that, Redbeard.
I know. He might be the first person I had to scream what beers he's going to drink during the spotlight video.
Remember the
ABV on that can? We need to know where it's at.
Yeah, they have the trademark and the what you call it, beer, Cards Against Humanity. They do on their post show, and one of the cards or a lot of the cards are "Shut Up, Redbeard." So always keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind, Roger. You just bust that out randomly, and he knows. 420 says Elysian, but if they have a brew called Angel Dust, I'm gonna pass. Probably ideal.
Yeah.
A lot of THC beers. If you see one with Angel Dust in it, probably not ideal. Eric Gilbert says that Invictus is pricey. It would have cut into my Scotch funds. Well, we don't want to do that, Eric. Yeah. We need to be trolling as best as you can. And then Redbeard says, I won my Invictus in a Facebook contest. Oh, congratulations, Redbeard.
Nice.
They must not watch your videos. Foamy Head says...
Wait a minute, he won what in the Facebook contest?
Wow. Oh, he won Invictus.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not being mean to Redbeard knows that I love him to a certain extent.
Ish.
And ish. No, he won. I think he won that.
Throw punches like Ike Turner.
Yeah, he won like 5. Whoa, not like that. That's too much. You can't even joke.
But I love you.
No, that's Redbeard. I didn't say it. Redbeard, I didn't say it. He won like 4 or 5 on a Facebook contest, and I think they just sent him the beer mail today, or it was yesterday. It was one. So good for him. That's cool. Man. Winning free beer, man. He says, I got like 7 different beers from 7 different breweries. Can't beat that. 420 says, Rod, what size cans are those Samuel Adams IPAs?
16 ounce or a pint.
473 mils. Boom.
Dude, the Canadian is scary if you know that.
Yeah, no kidding. Nice work.
Can I get a point, mate?
Eric, never do that again, but do that again, please. Just keep on talking in that accent. I'm sure we'll get all the comments.
Craig, Peter, we didn't know he was going to be there. Harry.
We missed Craig, so that's Eric's the stand-in right now. Redbeard says the Invictus is, in all caps, by far the most impressive one I got. Although he said for someone who's like a grammar Nazi, I guess, so to speak, he says he says by far the most impressive on I got. You forgot that E for that one. It's on you, Redbeard.
Oh,
that's on you, buddy.
But you know what? If you put Invictus as the name of the beer, you better bring it.
Yeah, and they do apparently. Like that's apparently a crazy beer. Eric Gilbert says Lagunitas is on tap everywhere, even old fart macro pubs. That's right. You can find
old fart macro pubs.
You can find IPA pretty much everywhere, including old fart macro pubs. Yes.
Isn't that the VFW?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
And then Eric, a Lions fan, I'll just read his comment because why not? He says, I seen Lagunitas in Tijuana and Birmingham, England when I was out of the country. That's cool.
You read it like that? That was like your accent?
I don't know. No, I was just like an old man. You read all the comments like this.
Not like you were old.
420 says, is Lagunitas something any good and I want to try it. Yeah, Lagunitas something is pretty fantastic.
You guys are like constipated swing blade right now.
Eric Gilbert, I'll try the Invictus at my local tap. But it was the same
good
place.
Biscuits clogging me up.
I need some prune juice. Yeah, no, but Lagunitas something is pretty delicious. 420 is good beer.
Which reminds me, I still haven't picked up their Undercover, which I need to pick up because I like when that comes out each year.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah.
Which that one is like $10.49 a 6-pack, which isn't a bad price for it at all.
It's fucking what was the percentage on that beer? It's like 8+, isn't it?
That's like 9 something, I thought.
Yeah, fucking crazy. Like for like $1.50 a bottle.
Yeah.
And it's a good beer. Like, forget the ABV. Yeah. It's still a fucking delicious beer.
It's a strong ale. We know it's a strong ale. It's like that catch-all.
Yeah. We don't know what style it is, so it's just super strong. Enjoy.
But wait a minute, Joe. It is Rajay. He's not used to paying $10 for anything. So,
I try to talk. So the rest of us can understand value. Not right. Yeah, he's in his own world.
Yeah, every time I saw him at the beer fest, they gave me a couple bottles to take home. Well, take these with you so you can check them out. All right, thanks.
If I have to.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to piss anybody off. I guess I better take them.
I have too much beer. What will I do with all this free stuff?
Well, sooner or later, Drunken One's going to move in and finish them off for me. So.
He will definitely finish all of them off.
I need to write him into my will just in case anything happens so he knows he can take care of them.
420 says K 473 milliliters. Thanks. Yeah. This guy does decent conversions. Not the greatest, just decent. I'll get within the realm of 10 or 20 milliliters. I can do my best. Redbeard says best on ever. Redbeard, just admit that you messed up. Okay, don't roll with it. Just admit you messed up. I expect more out of you, Redbeard. And then Eric Gilbert says Ashley Sexton would have been all over that Invictus because the running joke amongst that little circle of friends is that Ashley Sexton loves all the Flying Monkeys beers. And by running joke, I mean totally the truth. And that's all we have for comments.
Well, some pretty good comments out there. Some pretty good action.
Debatable. No, totally for sure. Redbeard could, spell properly. It would be fine.
Let me see.
Everybody, though, appreciated it. All the comments are great. Yeah, good times. I'm sorry for waiting 15, 20 minutes. We had rants and other topics to.
I was going to share a little nostalgia on here, but I don't know if I could do it without any feedback. Let me see. See if it works here. Can you hear me all right now?
Yep.
See if you remember these tunes. Going back, but I wonder if Bum is still on. Bum maybe remember.
I don't know. Bum, where's the bum signal? Not the bat signal, but the bum signal. It's just a bum, bum, bum.
This is how the world has changed.
Are you ready, quartet? All right, let's go. Bring to me, darling, not with thine eyes, but with past blue ribbon dear. 'Cause if you toast me with past blue ribbon, I'll know that your love's sincere. The beer that is splendid is the beer that is blended from 33 fine brews. And if you serve me sparkling clear, perhaps your love, dear, I can't refuse. You can have it with cold dust, it's yours to please. Serve it with a dab of tasting every key. Never prove regretting, it has no flaw. And anywhere they have the beer, the follow is involved. I'd run a million laps for a bottle of pap. Blue Ribbon.
What do you think about that?
I'm thirsty for a PBR.
Know what to think about that.
As in 1953, what just happened?
That was like the
Maybe
old,
33.
the old commercial. Here's another one. Let's see if you
Brought to you.
get tunes like that anymore.
Yes, I totally play that in the car, driving down the street.
And then I'll give you one more here.
Just one sip, yeah, nothing else comes near. When you're out of space, you're out of beer. If you like it flat with a big taste too, there's only one brew that will do. When you're out of space, you're out of beer. Real gusto in the great light beer Schlitz.
Yes.
Nothing else comes near.
Yeah, so that is from the world of jingles. Jingle past of beers.
Earth just said, "Is it Christmas time again?" It would seem that it
That's
potentially
kinda-
is.
You
Yeah.
can envision a Christmas sweater, though. You can envision like this quartet wearing their
It's
sweaters.
crazy that all those old ads do definitely sound like around the holidays, though they all sound.
That reminds me of like we have a drive-in local, and they play like all the old like candy like commercialist kind of, go to the concession stand and buy whatever, it's like a great cheap night. Those songs just reminded me of like the little ads that they play between movies. It's like the old school 1940s, candy ads.
I mean, I can remember being a kid and seeing some of them on commercials or at the movies, like you said, Todd. It was like, it was just different back then. It was the time of the jingles and stuff. So, and then, I mean, nowadays you don't have it as much. You don't have nearly as much beer advertising now on TV like you did back then because of, I guess, laws change or whatever like that and everything. But it'd be kind of funny if they had like some of the craft beers today, if they were able to do jingles, like what would you do? Like come out with a hard, like heavy metal tune if you were like Flying Dog doing Raging Bitch or something, or if you I mean, if you were doing Bells Too Hard, would you maybe be the guys in the sweater singing about the Too Hearted Ale? I mean,
be some West Coast gangster rap or something.
420 says that reminds him of Dave Chappelle, Samuel Jackson, Pierce. It'll get you drunk.
Yeah, it's just funny. Like, I found that earlier today, and I was like, I got to share this on the show because this is pretty funny. Just a lot of memories from back then, though, too. Just seeing that. But you did see him around the holidays. Like there was someone there from Budweiser, and it was all the macros from back then. But yeah, but I know Bum was still in there because Bum, I thought he would enjoy that too because he's really big on the nostalgia type pieces.
Yes, especially when he posts on tap the 17 different labels for the beers that he drinks. He is like, this one's from 1982. This one's from 1987. It's all the same beer. Great. The one I forgot what company it was, but he's like, I got a lot of backlog, Joe, and then he posted like 30 different check-ins of like all similar beers but different label variations. I'm like, no, you weren't lying. You weren't lying. It's a lot of variations. 420 continues with the Samuel L. Jackson skip. You ain't never seen my movies? Yeah. Yeah, it's such a great skit. Oh man.
There was a beer truck crash today. I don't know if you guys saw that or anything.
Let me guess, Bud Light.
Oh, was it?
Close though. It was actually Modelo. It was Modelo.
That's a little bit better quality there.
Like under and under. Like the truck went off the side of a highway, and the beer was spilled under the underpass. The whole truck went off the highway, but no serious injuries. But it was just like Modelo everywhere. So
did it show everybody like scooping up all they can and putting it in a car and then driving off?
I don't know. Would you scoop up Modelo though, or would you be like,
Depends on my desperation level.
Keep moving on. I mean,
it is free beer at that point.
Modelo's fine. I mean, I'll drink it.
Cerveza, senor, cervezas.
It was in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, 20 miles east of downtown.
Oh, then I was drank.
Yeah.
Not condoning it because it is stealing still, but just saying if you were going to.
Let's see. Light blue boxes of Modelo were scattered on and below of a freeway overpass. The truck crashed over the side. A shipment of Modelo Especial spilled from the truck on westbound 10 freeway overpass in the West Covina area.
A light blue box. That's interesting that they said the exact colors of the boxes.
This is a 25-year-old Peterbilt truck driver from Inglewood apparently tried to brake for stop traffic on the 10 freeway. Driver avoided cars by using the exit ramp, but the truck toppled over the side and rolled down an embankment.
Wow.
But I wonder if there was any homeless people under it. Like, it's raining beer.
There is a God.
Not the same thing with the homeless. I'm just saying it's kind of like you'd be like, it's a big surprise.
Today's our lucky day. We'll trade one of these off for a scratch off, maybe.
Trading it for a scratch off.
Oh, what do they got to do with like beer when they do that? I mean, do they? Obviously, they clean it up, but it's like you can't resell it or you can't do anything with it. So
that's when the cops step in. They're going, nothing to see here. We'll take care of it. We'll take care of it. And then they're going, our next stop, we got to get somebody with some weed and party next week at my house. Cases of Modelo in a 1/4 ounce bag. We're good.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I saw that. But yeah, most of the times you think it is like an AB and Bev truck driver, but
it seems like most of the time it is like a Bud Light truck or something that's pumped over.
Good for him for avoiding the other cars though and stuff. Yeah, so Richmond is where they have another Lucky Charms cereal. What brewery is this one here? They're out of Norfolk. Smart Mouth Brewing Company brewed up the Lucky Charms cereal as well.
So why Lucky Charms? Like everybody's.
It might be, it might be because of St. Patty's Day, really, that they're all coming out right now.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. It said, designed to remind you of your childhood. It tastes magically ridiculous.
I don't believe him.
I like Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms are all right. The marshmallows are where it's at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, what about Captain Crunch? Some people had good childhoods with Captain Crunch, right?
Well, except for the roof of your mouth, of course. The rest of
everybody brings up the roof of the mouth. I don't know. I mean,
my shit was numb by the time I was done eating a bowl. I was like, I can't feel the top of my mouth anymore. Give me about a half an hour.
And if you go to Jungle Jim's close to, let's say if you go to Jungle Jim's close to Rod, you can buy a big old bucket of Lucky Charm marshmallows, just the marshmallows only.
Really? Wow, I
did not know that. But I might be going to Jungle Jim's this weekend. I did not realize that.
You better get
there. You go.
Lucky Charm marshmallows.
What do you do with the marshmallows out? You just got what are you going to do with them?
You just eat them.
You know what? You know what they had that I saw at the store? This was a couple months ago. They had Frosted Flakes, but with Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Oh, I saw that. I've seen that.
How sweet does that have to be? Because
That's got to be awesome.
That's pretty
just
sweet.
like sugar and more sugar and just maybe a little bit more sugar.
Diabetes.
So now they're just mixing the cereals together. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you get next? Like 100 grams of Crunch Berries?
It's a cereal collaboration.
Which of the General Mills collabs now? General Mills and Kellogg's.
General Mills, downtown Buffalo, and the entire Buffalo, the city of Buffalo smells like Cheerios. It's not.
Yeah. It's like, hey, General Mills, I see you got those marshmallows. Like, guess what? We got some other stuff over here we can put it with. Let's get together. Let's get crazy in this biatch.
So Rod, the one that Listerman's doing, isn't it a spin-off on their Irish stout that they do?
I don't know. I just heard Lucky Charms, and they said they were brewing it with Lucky Charms. Let me take a look here.
I'll read the comments while you're looking.
Or the Shamrock, whatever it's called, Shamrock.
Well, that's just a Shamrock. They do that every year, I think.
Well, no, they do, but I thought the Lucky Charms was kind of like a variant of that one that they're doing. I could be wrong.
Celebrate St. Patty's Day with Lucky Charms. Take a look here.
For some reason, I was thinking that Shamrock Shake was their base beer for that. Either way, I'd like to have it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. It has, Shamrock Shake, Golden Stout Shamrock Shake version using the marshmallows. A pot of gold will be available on draft in the tap room. And it announced the date for their bottle. Yeah, the bottle release. So, yeah. So, it's next week. It's not this week. Individual bottles of both versions.
Yeah, by the way, Rod, I'm pretty sure is not getting that Oreo beer. I'm looking at their Instagram page. It says limit 4 per person, 11 cases available total.
Yeah. Does it not sound awesome though?
It does, but if they're selling them in a 24 or where are they in bottles? Or is it, you said 12-ounce bottles?
Yeah, but you got to think it's $11.99 for a 12-ounce.
Yeah, but that's
bottle,
only like
250,
260 bottles. Like you're just not.
No, I know, but I mean it's $50 for a 4-pack though.
Still. So check this out. One of our other breweries called Street Side, which is also kind of like a smaller, like 450 or like Listerman's. Street Side's other breakfast-inspired beer is Robe, an imperial stout made with Holtman's Red Velvet Donuts. The collaborative beer contains dark chocolate and rich vanilla flavors. Robe is currently on tap at Street Side, has an average of 4.05 out of 5 rated from Untapped.
I don't even know what we're drinking anymore.
I'll either can their stuff, but I will get a crowler that this weekend.
Yeah. All this stuff sounds crazy. I'm not sure it's beer anymore.
Have you been to Street Side, Rod?
Oh yeah, Street Side they're doing some good stuff.
So in like a couple months, my brother-in-law and a couple of his cousins are coming in town. His cousins are coming in town, and we always do an adventure for a weekend. Last year we stayed local here in Louisville, but I think we're planning on Cincinnati coming up this year.
If you guys there's like a place that we got called Eli's Barbecue where they don't serve alcohol. They'll do like some of the best barbecue in the city, but you can it's BYOB. Street Side's down the street. You can load up with Street Side, come back, get some barbecue, and then like if it's warm weather, you're outside chilling and relaxing.
But if we do decide to come up there, which I think we are about 99% sure, I'll hit you up though, and you can meet us out sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll go. The plan is a couple, 2 or 3 days of nothing but brewery hopping and restaurant eating. So
yeah, we got the brew buses up here too that take you to the breweries.
Even better.
But as long as it's not the week I'm in Jamaica in May.
It'll be. Let's see. What weekend are you there? It'll be. It'll be. I think maybe the last week of April.
Okay, so we're not going like May 10th or something, or 11th, I think.
It's either the third weekend or the last weekend of April. Yeah. But I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah. So I'll probably have a Red Stripe review when I'm down there.
As you should.
But like, what else do you got down here? It is Jamaica, you know what I'm saying?
When in Rome.
And rum.
Yeah, Joe's looking like I think he's thinking something else. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think 420 has it.
I would never do something like that.
Never.
Never.
Certainly not on vacation.
Never.
We do that.
Never.
All right, comments. I'll read them before I pass out here. Redbeard says you should know better to expect anything from me. That is true, Redbeard. You said it. We didn't. But yes, correct. 420 says I suggested one to local near here in Vegas called a test site, and they said, "Ooh, yeah, we'll think about it." Maybe name of a beer, I think he's saying. Eric Gilbert says, bring a beer deer and continue with the dinner. I don't know what that means.
Huh?
I don't know what that means. I don't know. It's Eric Gilbert.
You're not drinking enough yet. You got to pick up.
He's hammered.
420 says, or no, not him. Actually, he did. He said, Schlitz is the oops. He was going to say shit.
Yeah.
And I think back when you were talking about was it about the signs or maybe the beer tipping over the truck? It says we had one here too. It was funny because the trailer was on its side saying it's Miller time. Haha.
It's Miller time. Everybody come get some.
That is good. Foamy Head says now having a Maybach from Alamo Beer Company. Nice.
Yeah, that's something I haven't had in the last. Usually around this time of year because we just had the Bach Fest, which I didn't end up making it to, so I had no video to share from that. But usually I'm enjoying some Bachs around this time, and I haven't really gotten any. I don't know why.
I posted my Iyengar Celebrator today. Doppelbock, baby. Delicious.
Celebrator's a good beer.
Fucking delicious beer. Delicious. All right.
Delicious, though, not like Lucky Charms.
Oh, it's fucking better than any Lucky Charms piece of shit beer. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. 420 says evidence party at my house. LOL. And then he says, I'd rather my son have Lucky Charms than Tide Pod pizza, to be honest. No. Tide Pod pizza sounds just not something that anyone should ever say. And then he says, Count Wheaties Golden Frosted Honey Flakes. all of the different cereals combined into one.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good combinations that are definitely out there. You could mess. I mean, what if you have like the Lucky Charms marshmallows with tricks? I mean, or Rice Krispies. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Rice Krispies and marshmallows. Yeah, I'm into it. Sign me out. Yeah.
You do Rice Krispies with Crunch Berries?
I mean, you can do that. Don't they have all crunch berries, just all berries, crunch berries?
I think they do have an all berry crunch berry. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that. Like I don't know. I don't know if I'd want all berries from the crunch berries. I think I'll
do Special K with
Special K. Already did it.
No.
Special K has 40,000.
If we do a Special K with Lucky Charm marshmallows, at least you feel like you're doing something somewhat healthy.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, I'm really eating the Special K. How many marshmallows are in here? Of course.
Box.
Or Lucky Charms with Wheaties, right? You know.
Yep.
They're Wheaties, but they're magically delicious.
Fucking Wheaties. Eric Gilbert says a local rum, son. I don't.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. When I'm in Jamaica, yeah.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
like, no. Give me the shit you don't give it to us.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly how you have to say too. Elbow says a brewery down here in Tampa, Coppertail, which I've heard of, is moving from bottles to all cans. I know cans are more efficient, but I'm going to miss bottles. Yeah, I mean, push comes to shove, I always enjoy just beer out of a bottle, but knowing everything that I know, cans in general are the way to go nowadays.
Until like a mini keg. Mini keg.
Until 10, 15 years from now when they tell you about all the chemicals in the lining of the cans are going to be causing all kinds of problems.
Well, between that and the microwave, you're dead anyway.
Yeah, that's right. We're all going to die sometime.
Like, I really care if it was the canned beer. It says Invictus is one of the most amazing things I've, in all caps, ever had. The shit is, capitals again, insane.
Is he trying to be like Russell Crowe and Gladiator right now?
And then Earth says, untapped for proof or lies, Redbeard. I agree. Totally agree. 420 says Special K means something way different now, though.
That's why you put the Lucky Charms in. Joe, you keep that one right up there too.
I did. That's the story of it. Redbeard says, review break happening now, video coming soonish. You're under the impression that we watch your videos, Redbeard? That's nice of you.
The Victor's review?
Yeah. I'll be curious to see how that goes. Did you do it on a fresh palate, Redbeard, or were you like 8 beers in already?
10.
He had some cheese and crackers with his clean palate.
I feel like Redbeard has marathon review sessions.
Yeah. That's 3 in the morning. Huh, might as well do a review.
Yeah,
Why not?
Let's make a baker's dozen.
I have nothing else to do.
We're all caught up on the comments.
All right. Let's see here. Corona.
Oh boy.
Corona.
Why?
A lot of people still drinking Corona.
Those words.
Look, I was going to tell you a story about Corona. My browser changed the page right here to tell you. It's like, you know what?
They're like, move on. Nothing to see here.
It's like Siri or Alexa. It's like Irving talking about it. No, next.
Don't do it, Rod. Don't do it.
It says Corona is tapping into the non-beer drink trend with 3 tropical lime malt beverages. And the reason I mention this is because Eric's looking for malt stuff to try on his channel. So Corona's going to have malt beverages out there, branching out beyond what they usually do. Corona's new drinks which weigh in less than 199 calories per 12 ounce, are 4.5% ABV, and are the latest products in the trend that shows no cooling off. So,
200 calorie beer at 4.5%.
Don't call it a beer now.
Small Liquor Monday, fool.
We're gonna need you to settle down there.
Hey, this time it wasn't me, brother.
Tropical lime malt beverage.
How in the hell is it 200 calories and only? Never mind.
Don't start it.
Eric,
Leaving that one alone.
Eric, have you tried Natter Day yet?
I have not. It's not here yet.
Oh, that's why he hasn't. He was like, yeah, of course I will.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
here.
I hope I would have. Come on.
It's on his wish list on Untapped.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Oh my God! You should have drained that down the drain. Nope. Down by going.
Yep, that's right. Down the hatch it goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Eric. By the way, I'm just messing with you.
I'm totally not Eric. Totally not.
Joe, on the other hand,
I don't even know what I'm kidding about anymore.
Joe, you need to bring it down a couple notches.
I can't. You know this. Eric's impossible.
West Virginia House approves a bill that ups the alcohol limit in alcohol and loosens other halls. Everybody get their drink on there in West Virginia.
Ups the alcohol limit in alcohol.
Ups the alcohol.
I thought the same thing, Joe. I'm glad you brought it up.
Gary's talking whorehouses, and I'm giving this up.
That whorehouses was like 45 minutes ago, Rod. That's not
West Virginia.
Boo.
West Virginia House approves bill that ups alcohol limit in craft beer but loosens other laws.
Okay, that sounds better because upping the alcohol limit in alcohol is kind of weird. It's not exactly.
They're emphasizing alcohol, okay?
But they're going for 12 to 15% for ABV on the limit they're trying to pass. Which 15 is still like,
Nah.
I guess it's kind of high. I mean,
It's too high.
we have a lot more here. I mean, Ohio just went to 25 like last year.
Yeah, because you guys were at 12 for a long time.
Not us. Well, I'm in Kentucky. No, we wasn't held down.
Sorry,
Ohio was held down.
You said Ohio, so I thought it was Ohio. You technically went on that board.
It wasn't even that much in Ohio, was it, Rod? It was like 10.
It was
It was
12.
like 10, 12 or something. I was like,
It was 12 because I remember.
Was it 12? Okay.
I remember doing some trades with another beer tuber there who used to live right around Cleveland, and it was like a lot of places would just 11.9. That's what they would 11.9.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Red beer.
Which brings up a point. Was it actually? Maybe it was higher, but they only printed 11.9. I mean, who's to know at that point?
No idea. That's a good idea. That's a good.
well, you don't put the ABV on the can. How do you know it's over?
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that monitored? Does somebody come in and periodically check it and be like, yeah, this is 12.2.
They probably have state employees that would go like from ATF or whatever and go to places and breweries and test alcohol hydrometers, I'm sure.
This is 12.02. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah. Sorry. We're going to have to shut you down.
Here's some guy back in the brewery line. It's not done fermenting.
Gotta give it time.
Is that bottle conditioned? It's gonna ferment the bottle. It's gonna go over 12. 11.92 into the bottle. It's gonna come out 13. We have real quick. Redbeard says he's had, just to confirm, he's had 2 other brews this evening. A good half-hour break before this was started, and he does a max of 4 reviews a night. Just anybody calling him out on potentially.
Wait, 4 reviews a night?
That's his max.
The other ones he's just drinking for the hell of it.
No doubt.
True, and then Earth says
it's recreational at that point.
Yeah.
True. Earth tells Redbeard, can't take your videos with you, Redbeard. This ain't beer advocate, son. It's true. You can't. 420 says he saw Coors Extra Gold in a bodega. They were in 300 milliliter bottles. What the fuck?
In a bodega. Yeah.
300 milliliter bottles is weird for just a general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Redbeard says my videos are on the internet. They shall live on forever, unfortunately.
You're not getting 335. You're getting 300.
Yeah. It's like, well, maybe 297 if it's got to be under. No, it's weird. A lot of times we'll get 11.2 ounce bottles here, and a lot of people don't realize it. Like a lot of the imports and stuff are 11.2 ounce bottles, and they just think they're 12, and then they look and like, wait, total 11.2.
11.2 is what, 330?
I think so, yeah. Because in general, 30 around 30 milliliters, like it's like 29 point something is a single ounce. So yeah, I think that's correct. 420 says Utah is too close for us to get Natter Day.
Although, yeah, that Natter Day is the new one they have from Natty Light, which is funny because I don't know if you saw the commercial or not. I put it on the Facebook page with Pat McAfee is a spokesperson. And Todd's not there, but Todd would know from Indiana, from him being a Colts punter. He went to WVU. He's just a pretty funny guy, and he's doing the commercials pretty hilarious.
Nice. 420 asks me, says, Joe, is there a limit for ABV in Canada? Well, 420, I appreciate that question. I am not from Canada. I live close to Canada. I'm about 20 minutes from the border.
Yeah,
in Western New York.
People in.
Yeah, but I don't. If there's a limit on, there might be limits in different provinces. I don't think there's one limit overall, but I do know. I mean, Redbeard's drinking an 18.2% Imperial Stout, so if there's a limit, it's probably pretty high, 20 plus.
Well, Redbeard or Eric Gilbert in the chat would know for sure.
Yeah, but nobody cares about those two. 21090 Brewing is here and says, "What's up, Rajay BeerVentures? Cheers, everybody!
Cheers, 210, and thanks for sending the beer. I keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, is it Andy or is it Todd?
Probably. I'm going to think it's probably Todd, but I don't think I know Andy. I know Todd. Come on. Yeah, tell us who it is. Who is commenting? I feel like we should have like in a poll question. Everybody puts their vote in. Is it Todd or is it Andy? Did we find out? Everybody holds their sheet up who they wrote down.
That is true. That is true. There could be your next Monday poll. Is it Todd or it's Andy? He says it's Todd. It's Todd.
See, I thought it was Todd.
Sorry, Todd. Where's Andy at? Damn it.
We're chicken dinner.
Redbeard says, not wrong, Rod, with a smiley face. I don't know what he's wrong about.
I'm never wrong.
Never. Except for when he is. Earth says your refractive meter needs recalibration. And then Eric Gilbert says, 330 milliliters, sons. Correct. You are correct.
Gilbert's getting ranked up now. You ready to rock and roll?
Redbeard says, I've had like 5 drinks of this beer, and I can already feel it. I'm going to be effing smashed when I do the end of this review, LOL.
But he only does, 4 you said tonight?
That's
only.
I think he does 4 probably like an hour and a half.
I feel like when Redbeard says 4, he really means 8. Does anybody believe him? Because I don't.
It'd be interesting to chug off with Redbeard and Paul.
Paul, totally not. Paul is willing to just vomit everywhere and just continue going. Oh, man. Yo, the last Vinyl Beer Festival, we did the share the night before. The next day, he just vomited next to his fucking truck and then still went to the beer fest. So, Paul's ready to go.
Puke and rally.
All right, boys, let's go.
Yeah, I think he also ate an entire side of beef at the same time. So
Paul's
that's awesome.
Paul is not a quitter.
Paul, no, for sure.
No, Paul is definitely not the no, he's not. Totally not. 420 says, okay, Western New York, South Canada. Correct. That's pretty much where I am. And yes, Drunken One says, sup, gang. What's up, Drunken?
What's up, Drunken One?
What
What's
up,
up?
brother?
And then Redbeard, like the extra 0.2% matters, goes 18.4%. I was mistaken.
He's precise at points, except when he can't spell one.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be able to spell pretty much anything in the next, I don't know, half an hour when he's hammered. Jesse from Bumpy Road shows up and says, sneaking in. I hope
Cheers,
Joe
Jesse.
doesn't see me. I see you, Jesse, and I'm reading your comments. What's up, buddy? Drunken One says hi to Todd. And then Todd
What's up?
says, it's usually always me, Todd. Well, that's cool, Todd. I just thought you and Andy might share the account. He might pose occasionally. Now that I know it's mostly you, then maybe I won't like Andy as much. I don't know. I've always wondered, is Andy from Canada? Because he's always rocking the Montreal Expos hats and he likes the Winnipeg Jets. I'd imagine he's from Canada or has like some kind of fixation on Canadian sports teams. Bumpy Road says, Todd, the handsome bald one. Correct.
Hey,
Eric,
I was going to say, I wonder if Todd and we're doing a brew day or anything this weekend.
yeah, chime in. We have Eric Gilbert says, I live in the GTA, which means Greater Toronto area.
I was going to say he lived in the Grand Theft Auto game.
I was like, wait, what?
That's why I had to clarify.
The GTA.
Eric Gilbert is not going to be in GTA 6. He's in the Greater Toronto area itself. He says, who cares about the rest of Ontario? And that's what most people say that live in the GTA and not the video game. And then Todd says, hey, Drunken One on Bumpy Road. I think we saved Flacco's beer tonight. LOL. I don't know if he had a stream perhaps or something.
I think Flacco was on earlier.
Makes sense then. And then Redbeard says, I, in all caps, hate throwing up. Does anybody like throwing up?
I don't think anybody does. I think a lot of people hate that. But
I mean, when you're feeling sick and you throw up and you feel better, sure, but you still don't want to.
nobody does.
Redbeard says more intoxication equals extra proofreading. I don't believe you. And then 420 says, add Eric Gilbert, GTA Ontario should be a game. And then Redbeard says that will be glorious. 420 says, I am from South Africa, so I'd love GTA Johannesburg, where you get smashed and grabbed / carjacked.
A lot of stuff going on there.
Seems like that's not the greatest. It would make for a good video game, just not real life. And then Bumpy says they're all coming from Flacco's stream. That's where he was at. I'd imagine that's where 210 and the Drunken One were at. So they're bouncing around from stream to stream. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Earth said, heard a song about it once.
Like to hear it? Here it goes.
Yeah.
We back to Living Color. Wrote a song about it.
Like here we go. Yeah.
I thought I had a card around here somewhere. They should bring that show back. That was a funny show.
That was a great show.
I mean, I don't know how many weigh-ins they got in the family, but they had a lot.
It was a bunch.
There's way too many, but not enough at the same time.
Well, it's like when they had the show, it's like now you've seen some of the movies like Sean Wayans,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't even acting on the show. He was just a DJ on the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was mostly Keenan Ivory and
Damon.
Damon.
And they had
and
Jim Carrey.
didn't they have? Yeah, they
David
Jim
Allen.
Carrey. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, David Allen.
Jennifer Lopez is the fly
David
girl.
Alger. Yeah.
Kim Wayans, the sister.
Kim Wayans. Yeah, she was pretty good.
Rosie Perez is a fly girl. Jennifer Lopez is a fly girl.
Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, she was too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosie Perez was? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. She was a choreographer.
Okay.
Yeah. Rosie Perez. Little high voice. Come on, Mookie.
They had some great skits on there.
Yeah.
I love some Homie the Clown. It's great.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. But
Homie, don't play that.
Fire Marshal Bill.
was good.
Oh yeah. All right, let me show you something. Yeah.
And what was the one with the little cop where he was like a little, just a head and basically
like a head
feet?
cop, like Keenan Wayans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you throw them out at people.
Yeah.
And the what was the one with the they would do the movie reviews? It was like 2 snacks and
Yeah, metal film.
That was Damon and David Allen Greer.
yeah.
And then they had the ones that be trying to cut the deals, like when the stolen merchandise.
Yeah,
that was Tommy. Tommy, what was his last
Tommy
name?
Davidson.
Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, him, David Allen Greer.
Man, I miss that. Listen, I love SNL, even when I was growing up with the Farleys and the Sandlers and stuff, but I'd always try to catch both, flip back and forth or whatever, or tape one in the VCR and then watch the other. Because there was just, it was amazing. It was great.
Oh, when they did the...
when was the clip? Was the one... I'm sorry, Red.
No, I was just saying the one with Jim Carrey and David Allen Greer, and he would do the church one. And he would ask Jim Carrey to sing a church hymn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then also another underrated was Mad TV as well. Mad TV was excellent. If you guys ever Mad TV.
I was on and off on some of the Mad TV stuff. Some of their skits, but
man.
But I loved Mad, like reading Mad as a kid. I read Mad I had the Mad game as a kid. The board game today. So.
Do they still? I wonder if they still replay in living color shows. Probably on some network.
It's on like FX. No, not FX. It is on. You can watch it. It's on like in the evening time.
The other night I was like up late. And I was like flipping through TV. I actually sat and watched a couple episodes of Sanford and Son.
Nice.
And I just laughed, and I mean, it was just like it was some good stuff. When it was funny, it was just like all this old stuff. And that was like one of the Norman Lear shows. We were talking about that at work today. Like Norman Lear did like All in the Family, right? And then he did
Sanford and Son, Archie Bunker, Jefferson's. They would never air now.
Yeah. And actually, after our show last night, me and Kyle were talking about it. Some of the stuff they did, like stuff they were doing then that was like so poignant, but you would never see it on TV nowadays. And there was points where it was like some of them were funny and some of them were like got kind of serious at the end. And you're like, oh, there's got to be a joke at the end. Next thing you know, the credits are rolling. And you're like, you're going to leave it like that.
That's it.
Like, Norman Lear was like, not everything's going to end in a perfect bow tie thing at the end of the day, you know.
Got a bunch of comments I will read, I guess. Redbeard says Jim Carrey's Fire Marshal Bill character was gold, which I think we all agree. Todd says, so have you guys ever had Fremont barrel-aged beers, B-Bomb or Dark Star?
I have not.
I have had barrel-aged Dark Star. And actually had it last year in August, and it was absolutely delicious. So he said a viewer sent him one of each, so you guys will thoroughly enjoy probably both of them, but definitely that beer because it was awesome.
Nice.
And then Jesse says, Joe, you stay up this late? Yeah, when I'm on the Beer Flow show, baby.
and when he's off duty.
Yeah, well, Joe's a hitman, so he's used to.
But I'm not.
He's off duty tonight, so he's gonna stay as long as he can.
If you ever seen Collateral with Tom Cruise, that's what Joe does. I mean, that's exactly
right. That's him.
When I'm not an efficient killing machine, I'm not the Beer Flow show.
He got away. Let's go to the casino.
Yep. Redbeard says, Joe was in my Monday hangout for like 3 hours, Jesse. Blew my mind, LOL. Well, you're welcome, Redbeard. That's all I can say. Or maybe not. Maybe it was a shit show. I don't remember it. No, I do. It was a good time. We had a good time. It was funny because Craig from Kent Beer Reviews popped in. I actually saw on the replay, he posted a comment. He's like, it was really nice to see an after show or a hangout without Cards of Humanity being played for once. And I was like, yeah. And Redbeard's like, yeah, it's cool when you just have, good conversation. Mm-hmm. It is sometimes. Redbeard says Bizarre or whatever it called was a great older show.
Mm-hmm.
Bizarre. And then 420 says, I run my life by South Park. I still think South Park's just amazing to this day. I watched last season and it's still amazing. It's still hilarious and topical. It's still so great, especially with the whole Trump thing. Like they just do a great job with it nowadays. It's over the top. It's still great. Jesse says, Todd, going back to Flacco's brew, we have stopped him from making the greatest stout ever to exist. I'm kind of perturbed right now. And then Todd says, I'm not sure that would have been a stout, like a 2% roasted coffee. I'd be curious if you guys want to tell us exactly what Flacco was doing so poorly that sounds like it would have been an amazingly terrible beer.
Yeah.
Then 420 says, just like Dave and his Clayton Bigsby skit, not today, no effing way. Dude, that is one of the best skits ever. Like, I can't repeat like 80% of what he says in it, but it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Big shout out to Todd to 21090. I just got a message came through because I got that my USPS,
my choice or whatever.
Yeah, my choice or whatever I told you guys about. So they just told me it'll be delivered on Saturday.
Oh, that's before mine, man. You're stealing my thunder, Todd, you motherfuckers.
And Saturday is my birthday. So Saturday will be a
birthday beers.
Oh my god! I might do a birthday live review on those.
Oh boy!
Nice.
Nice. I'm into it. Kind of. Anyway, I mean,
patronize an ass, Joe. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna watch, but like, if I'm not drinking a beer, then I mean, it's still. I have to drink a beer and watch a
I might do a birthday hangout. Who knows?
Oh, I'm into it then. Totally into it. I might be around Saturday, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
And then Redbeard says, "Thanks for being there, by the way, Joe. Much fun was had. We did have a lot of fun. We always do, though. As much as I like to joke around and everyone likes to poke fun, that's what friends do. We joke around. Everybody in the comment section. Yeah, I mean, I never mean any ill will. None of us do when we read comments or just bust each other's chops. That's what you do, man. It's kind of weird because on the internet sometimes it comes off differently, but stop smelling the can, Todd. What are you doing? Comparing North against the other half?
Is it dank?
Yes.
Is it dank?
No, I'm going to tell you. You did a blind testing. It would be hard to tell these two apart.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The Juicy Nuggets was pretty good, but yeah, I'd put probably the other half one right there with it.
So when people are like, local people's like 450 North sucks, I'm like, you put an other half label on the same exact can, they'll be like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, don't patronize other half gold, Todd.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, not me. I'm just saying like locals here, some of them. Yeah, they're just
listen, you sent me a lot of 450 North. The only thing that I can say as far as the stuff I've had is I think other half does better triple IPs. But that's me personally. I know you guys like the other triples, so that's my own personal opinion. But like that Fruity Nuggets, yeah, that was as good as most of the other half stuff I have. So I can't really say anything about it.
But I was just sitting there just drinking. And I was like, God, it tastes just like almost very similar to the other half I just had. I mean, both has Mosaic and they're both Dippas.
Yep.
Other half is 8. Other half is 8.5, and this one's 8. But it's like that's why I was smelling. I was like, are they, a little bit different to them smell, but like taste wise, like they're very similar. Yeah, and that one's gonna taste kind of similar because that's Dream and not Daydream. Daydream's where they put a little bit of lactose in it, so that just has oats, no lactose. So that's probably why it's quite similar.
Oh, that's the other thing I was going to ask you guys too, because I think I could double check with them if I send you guys beers now, or do you want me to try to wait? Because I know Joe wants really Dreamsicle from Mad Tree. I
don't care if that beer is old or not, because that's just like a orange and vanilla beer. It's not like an IPA or anything, right? Just like
so I think that comes out like beginning of April or so. But
if you wait for a while, that's fine. I can.
I mean, if you want, I could pick up some of the Graders Braxton one. I don't know if you guys want that, the blueberry chip or whatever. Was it blueberry?
They're doing a new one?
They're doing blackberry again, aren't they?
The blackberry chip one they did with Graders. That one is out now.
I mean, I nailed that as a blind review, so my God.
And it was a year old, so that was good.
You already had it. Okay, never mind.
Well, he sent me the one from last year, and I did it as a whodunit, and I would say it's hard pressed. I don't think I could have done any better on it. I mean,
you did a good job on that one.
You had that. I didn't know you had that one. All right, never mind.
It was good. I liked it. It was pretty good, and I was glad I got to try it.
Actually, Rod, if you could send him one that's fresh,
I don't
know how much fresher they are. Not because they've been out there for a little bit, but.
Well, the one he sent me was like 10 months or something.
Yeah, it was like almost a year old.
That's like Brooklyn right there. I mean.
Well, come on. Slowly roll now. Come on. It's not that bad.
I found this one rolling in the garage here, Joe. I thought I'd send it in. Just threw it in there for you.
Yeah, I just remember drinking because I was looking at it when I was doing it blind. I'm looking at top and it has the gold top on it of the can. And I'm thinking to myself, like, before I poured it, I was like, what is this fucking Miller High Life? Like, what is this? It has to be a Mac. Like, no, there's no craft beers that have it. And I poured it in, it's a dark beer. And I'm like, well, that's why preconceived notions go out the window, because this is totally not anything like that.
It would have been funny if it was Four Loco Gold, though.
Funny, but also delicious. We have so many comments coming. Jesus.
There's somebody a Four Loco mystery.
Hey, Rod,
is tough.
Is there any more of the like Galaxy High or the what's the other one? Citra High?
Galaxy. You guys have had that though, right?
I have not. You have not sent me either of those. I would take either of those without question, because you always go, it's the fucking greatest.
Oh no, yeah. You should send Joe some definitely some Mad Tree.
Have you had a Todd, the Galaxy and the Citra?
I've had the Galaxy, but I have not had the Citra High.
Oh, fuck, I could have picked it up today when I was at a place. I thought you had that for. I'll check this weekend.
The Galaxy High is fantastic, but I've missed out on the Citra High every time. I've not had a chance to get it.
Actually, it would be kind of easy because they started doing a 4-pack now, where they give you 2 Galaxy and 2 Citra.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I can send one of each of those to you.
Yeah, that's fun.
The other ones, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me finish up these comments, and then we'll. There's so many fucking comments. Okay, we have Earth says he's had some of the Fremont barrel-aged beers, and they're awesome, which just confirms that my palate is incredibly stupid, just like Earth's. I mean, we're both amazing. We both have amazing palates. Redbeard says South Park has just gotten better over the years, much the opposite of other animated shows, cough, cough, The Simpsons, which I'd agree. I still think they're relevant and hilarious to this day.
The Simpsons just pulled all the Michael Jackson scenes.
Yeah,
when the one character was like Michael Jackson, sounded like Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah. Then they had the whole R. Kelly one in there. I'm trapped in the closet. Yeah, that's. I'm sure they're pulling a lot of stuff out.
Never mind.
Oh, there. Todd says 3 pounds of 6-row, 1 pound of chocolate malt, and 1 pound of rye chocolate malt. That's it. That's all he had. Oh boy, that would have been interesting. Talking about Flacco.
That's all Flacco added?
Yeah, that's what he was going with. That's what he's brewing with.
Drunk brewing.
That's the way to go. 420 says, yes, it has. The fact that Garrison is Trump is glorious. Mr. Garrison is Trump in South Park. It's pretty hilarious. Todd says, happy birthday to Rod.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
420 says, Simpsons are great at slipping in over-the-top jokes in the background, which they are. Eric Gilbert says Canadian beer news, ? This is not the albino rhino BDU, Eric Gilbert, but I would read it if we had time. 420 says this is by far one of the best chats there is. Oh, well, thanks.
I appreciate that.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a really nice comment. Rod does a great job at.
You get 2 top 30 Feed Spot beer tubers. I mean,
you don't know what Feed Spot is, but we're in the top 30, baby. Todd says, Joe, we still want a beer trade with you, man. All right, we'll have to hook it up. Don't post your email, and I'll have to find her. Maybe I can get it from Rod. You can give me their email.
Yeah, I get your email.
All right, and I'll send you guys.
I'll be back.
Yeah. All right. 420 says here in Nevada, dank is 83% THC. 420 knows all about that. Eric Gilbert says, I mean ill will all the time. I think too much of me, eh? Eric Gilbert, you are an interesting fellow. I like your trolling. Jesse says, wait, I can't wait to put down the other half. There goes a couple videos. I hope you enjoy, Jesse. I know you watch a lot of my other half videos, and I think you can ask Eric and Todd. I mean, I gush about other half, but they make pretty fucking delicious beer.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, speak up when you put that at the thing. Speak up so we can see it on the camera. Todd.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some double mosaic drink. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that is the double mosaic drink. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, they're always consistent. I've never had a bad other half beer, honestly, like an actual bad one. Like they make good stuff.
All the ones you've sent that I've had so far has been outstanding. They've all been good.
Yeah, they don't really make any bad beer. I mean, you're not gonna like think everyone's just top of the line amazing, but I don't think you'll drink it and be like, this is shit. I don't think that. I've never experienced that, and I've had probably 60, 70 different ones. So,
yeah, I'm not sure I've given them any less than a 4.
Yeah, I think the lowest I've ever given them was like a 3.75. So, I mean, you can call me a shill or whatever, and I'm okay with that. I'll shill for other half because I think they make quality stuff. What else we got? We have 420 says, haha, Moosehead is always $7.99 a 12-pack. Here, that's as Canadian as Tomorrow Smokes. $8 for a 12-pack of Moosehead in the States is pretty fucking good. I'd agree. And Eric Gilbert says, oh, yeah, Demar is the king of darts. I love that Canadians call cigarettes darts. That's the most Canadian thing ever in the best way.
What? Darts?
Darts, they call them. They're smoking some darts, bud. Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
I don't know. Let's see if Eric can answer why they call them darts. I don't know. That's fantastic. Redbeard says he's halfway through the Invictus. So good, but I'm going to die.
Nobody said you have to drink the bottle, brother.
Yeah, Redbeard, you can, drain port.
How is that one? Is it sweet or?
It's 18.2% barrel age. I'd imagine it's fucking
Well,
crazy.
no, I know it's high alcohol, but is it like sweet or well balanced?
Or
yeah.
Kerry doesn't know what he's talking about, but let us know, Kerry. Let us know, Redbeard. I'd be curious to know. Give us the preview before we don't watch your video. I mean, before we watch your video.
We want to know before we watch you drop out of the ceiling.
Yeah. Before we're gonna
watch them drop out of the ceiling.
Those are the best intros ever. Yeah, they are. They're good.
They are good.
They are pretty damn good. We'll give you credit, Gary. Those are great. 420 says 4 Loco equals carb cleaner mixed with paint and broken glass. I honestly could not say it any better. That's pretty much what 4 Loco is.
Pretty good description, I would say.
And then Eric Gilbert says, hacking the more rags, baby. Just tell us why they call them darts, Eric.
I don't know why they call them darts, and I'm not Canadian.
Oh, God damn it. Wrong, Eric. Gary says, so many comments, the mark of a great fucking live stream. Also, the mark of you drinking an almost 20% beer and not knowing where you are right now.
Speaking of darts, why don't they bring back jarts? Jarts used to be a fun game.
People were getting killed and impaled.
As you say, Joe, that's on them.
That's a good point, Ryan. That's a good point.
Well, the problem is they drink beers like Invictus, and then they're smoking darts, and then they're accidentally throwing darts at their
throwing darts, letting it through your foot and whatnot.
But now we have axe throwing bars. So obviously, if we can throw axes, we can throw.
I've been to one, and they're fucking fantastic. You should go.
And I feel like someone's getting hurt at some point, right? Like somebody.
Look at somebody. Think about a bowling alley. At some point, someone throws the bowling ball backwards. So an axe is going to slip out of somebody's hand at some point.
Or they step over the line on that greasy ass lane and they fall down. Like Todd says we can't wait to try those Fremont beers. Earth gives them big thumbs up because I'd imagine they're delicious. Bumpy Road says, Todd, when I can send out the New Hampshire brews to use. If you return, I would like that crab beer, heavy season homebrew. The crab beer, is he talking about the Narragansett, maybe? Is that the
Narragansett?
I know they have a beer with a crab on the label. I don't know if it's an actual crab beer. Eric Gilbert says, other half of beer news. Let me think real quick. They're delicious, Eric. All right, done.
Yes.
Oh, the one. Okay, so if you guys had this one, because I had this one like 3 or 4 years ago. So the beer they're talking about is Todd says, I have the Flying Dog Dead Rise. And wasn't that the beer that was made with Old Bay seasoning?
Ooh.
Flying Dog.
I don't think I had that one for Flying Dog.
It was weird as shit.
Here.
Oh, you gotta check it.
Dead Rise?
Yeah, Dead Rise. I'm pretty sure it was Old Bay seasoning, and it was so weird because you could taste the old. It was like, I don't know.
Was it good or no?
I think it would have been better if you were actually eating them with like crabs. Like that would make a lot. On its own, I didn't enjoy it as much, but I'd imagine
crawfish or something.
Some kind of shelled.
Speaking of Flying Dog, I had their pearl necklace. He would say that out loud.
Go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Did you really, Rod?
All that's playing in my head right now is Easy Top.
That's one of the few ones we still get. We used to get Flying Dog, but now we get very limited Flying Dog stuff.
Well, it reminded me that I still got the oyster stout I got to drink from Great Lakes.
That was good.
Oh, is that in the 22-ounce bottle, right? The 30th anniversary or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that around here. I didn't grab it, but oyster stouts. And speaking of which, Eric Gilbert randomly made a comment today on one of my videos. He's like, "I wish they would barrel age an oyster stout." So there you go.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting for sure.
I just wish more places brew oyster stouts. There's only a handful of places that I've ever seen brew an oyster stout. you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you guys should do the Rocky Mountain oyster beer.
I'm not looking forward to tasting bull balls. All right, in my beers.
Do it.
I would totally try one because whatever. But yeah,
Why not?
Yeah,
They
I think,
describe it as meaty. I mean,
okay. Whoa.
Kind of tastes like ball sweat. I'm not sure.
Was it Odell? Was it Odell that did them? Was it Odell?
Who was it? We talked about it last week. I can't remember who it was that did it, but they came out with the bull testicle beer.
Yeah, I think. It was
Odell.
I don't think it was Odell.
No, it wasn't Odell. No.
All right,
I want to say it was like somebody that we hadn't heard of.
Yeah, because we can't. It's ballsy move it is.
Yeah. Boom. Well played.
Winku Brewery. Winku.
That nuts or something? I mean, we could do this all night.
Yeah.
It's
We'll be here all night.
That's what it is. You're right.
Winku.
Winku, yeah.
Winku, yeah. 420 says darts equals same reason you get gravy with fries and not ketchup. Whoa, that's called poutine and it's called delicious.
Oh, you do
at the beer fest I was at a couple 3-4 weeks ago. I had a plate of fries, cheese, and gravy, and it was the bomb.
Some authentic poutine in fucking Canada.
But you need the cheese curds for the poutine.
You need cheese curds, and you need basically it's basically called poutine gravy. Special.
I don't care. I had the shit dripping off my chin, and I didn't care. I was like, oh, it was so good. I was like, ah.
Nothing beats drunk eating.
No.
True, Rod. True.
Random cheese fries and gravy are still fucking delicious. I don't care what anyone says. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the cheese. Doesn't matter the gravy. It's still good. Now poutine's great, but that's still good. That beer says almost zero alcohol in the taste. Definite alcohol burn going down though. Super chocolatey, a little bitter, coffee flavors. It's an absolutely amazing beer, not only for 18.4%, but just overall.
Is he still drinking Invictus?
Yeah, he is.
Jeez, put a nipple on that thing.
Right?
Redbeard is savoring every ounce of that free beer. Eric Gilbert says, I couldn't tell you why smokes are known as darts here, but we're hacking darts, bud. What's that? We say 420 says at Redbeard sounds like nuclear flash. I love it. Terrence and Phillip would know. And then Todd confirms, yep, Old Bay. And then 420 says, what the hell is Old Bay? Is that like seasoning? It's basically, seafood seasoning that's very popular, I believe, in Baltimore.
You put that shit on vegetables too. You put it on meat.
Old Bay is fantastic.
Yeah, it's just a mix of a bunch of different seasonings, and it's a great seasoning. If you've never seen it, Forte, you just go to the store, look for Old Bay seasoning, and just dump it on everything you eat.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Or the generic version, sometimes called Chesapeake Bay or something like that. You know, like Kroger version or something. You know,
we'll have it right next to it for half the price.
The private selection.
Yeah, and it's the same shit. Doesn't matter. It's just spices.
Redbeard says calling a smoke a dart up here is kind of like calling them a fag in Europe. Makes no sense. But it is what it is.
It's their language. I don't know.
And then Jesse says, Rajay, I see that you have that Sam Adams New England style IPA. Have you tried the New England style Pale Ale?
The New England style Pale Ale?
Mm-hmm, that's
what Sam Adams?
I haven't seen that.
That's what Jesse's indicating.
No, I haven't seen that. I mean, I only got this because it was a closeout deal. I mean,
of course.
Yo,
he's got to throw it in there at some point. It was coming sooner or later. It was coming.
We are done here discussing. We are done here. 420 says,
but you know what they just did is what are they charging the Brute IPA of Sierra Nevada in your area now?
Too much.
It's like it's like $7.99 a 6-pack now here.
That's still
I mean, our Kroger is selling it for $7.99. That's really cheap for that beer.
I still haven't tried a brewed IPA yet.
So to just jump, well, we'll touch on that in a second. Let me just say this real quick, just to touch on Jesse. They apparently, I'm seeing article here from February 25th, which is what, like 10 days ago. And it says that Sam Adams has released a nationwide New England style pale ale, 5.5% Mosaic and Citra, along with German varieties Mandarina Bavaria, Melon and Mandarina Bavarian, I believe, Huel Melon and Hallertauer Blanc. So you should be seeing it's coming in 12-ounce cans, 5.5%. It's $9.99 for. Actually, it says be available in both 4 packs of 16-ounce cans, 6 packs of 12-ounce cans, $9.99 for both.
What's it called?
It's just called New England style pale ale. Any pale ale.
Okay.
New England style pale ale. That's all it's called.
Yeah. I still like to the Samuel Adams tap room we have here in Cincinnati. I haven't been here yet.
Oh, yeah,
I will say that New England IPA is pretty solid for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one in the fridge.
Yeah, it's it's pretty solid from the big boys. I'd say it's probably my favorite.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like from somebody like Sam Adams, it's actually pretty tasty.
It's good in general. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Period. But for them, I think it's, I don't say amazing, but it's pretty damn good.
No, yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, it's a good beer in general, but coming from them, it's an outstanding beer.
I was going to ask you guys. You guys haven't seen yet where you're at the New Belgium Voodoo Black, right?
I have.
You've seen it there? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up, but we actually do have it here.
I was thinking about sending it to you guys. I sent it, but I don't know if you guys had it there or not already.
You'll forgive me, but the Voodoo series has a lot of fucking beers in it. I can't.
Yeah, they got the black one that was like 10% ABV.
Yeah, they have so many within that series. I always usually they're like in the mix of 6 of my local grocery store, and I'll look and I'll be like, is that a fucking new one or not? I don't know. I gotta like get into the label and be like, I guess it is.
But Rod, if you send it, saves me from having to go buy it. So,
all right. Well, if you guys don't see it there, I mean, I know you guys want me to send you like local stuff, but if you guys want that, I can pick it up here because I've seen it in a few spots now.
I'd rather have like all
Listerman.
All the Listerman. If
Mad Tree.
All the Listerman.
See, I can get Mad Tree up here, Todd.
Oh, you do?
What is the sour place? What is the sour place that's real good there?
Urban Artifact.
Yeah,
Urban Artifact.
I was going to say you got some Urban Artifact, but then it's like, I feel bad because like you guys are always saying like pint cans. Like Urban Artifact only does the 12-ounce can.
Yo, no problem. No problem. I'll take Urban Artifact.
I can easily pick up Urban Artifact. I can roll to J.O.'s place and grab stuff for you guys there.
Yeah.
You can send some Braxton.
Yeah. You have
Dark Charge in particular.
Yeah. No offense to I'd like those as well. No offense to New Belgium, but in this situation, fuck New Belgium and just give me all
yeah. Carry on.
All right, let me finish up these or
Platform too. Just throwing it out there. Platform. I can get Platform, but just for those guys.
No, I can get it too. No.
Oh, you can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, never mind then. Screw you, Joe.
Yeah, Listerman, Urban Artifact, Mad Tree. There's a lot of those.
You don't get Rheingeist?
No, I don't know. You're right, guys.
You get a Platform, but not right. Well, Platform is Cleveland, though.
Yeah, so we get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, okay. All right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, there you go, Ryan. Some Rheingeist, too, because they're pretty good.
If I can get that one I did from Rivertown again, that was a banana.
Oh, chocolate banana thing, yeah.
Whatever the one I did at that time, they might have that
one. At a gas station or wherever.
Yeah. I go to the gas station, BP, and it's like, what the hell, craft beer? Like, all these beer. Like, okay, you guys are going on the list. Like, did not know you were here. I might run up there this weekend and see what they got.
Did I die and go to heaven? What's going on?
I came in for a full tank.
No doubt.
Win-win situation.
Wife's going, what you spend $75 at the gas station for?
I told her, I got to go in. And she's like, I know. Just make it quick. Don't take all day.
Yeah. Damn you.
The doors open. There was a light shining on it. I was like, oh, shit. What do you mean boxes? Like, I'm not getting a 6-pack. I'm trying to get some shit. I need a box.
Yeah, I'm trying to load up and get out of here.
All right. Let me catch up on all these comments and then we can start wrapping up, I guess, if you want, Rod. Right? It's getting kind of late. Whatever you want to do, but there's a lot of
that means Joe's ready to check out
tomorrow, but I know you guys got to get ready for tomorrow and stuff.
I got to get going ASAP. 420 says, my mate says snow machine instead of snowmobile too. Maybe meant
snow machine.
Maybe meant snow blower instead of the snow machine's weird to call snowmobile a snow machine. I thought people would say snow machine would be a snow blower, but then they call it snow thrower. I don't know. He says snowmobile is called. His buddy calls it a snow machine.
Is this like
Okay.
is this like darts?
I hope not. Redbeard said he was gifted a can of Bride of Shucky Oyster Start from Great Lakes Brewery, which is the Toronto one recently.
Mhm.
I didn't try that. Yeah, it's basically a rare style at this point. Earth says, I call snowmobile a sled. I see what you did there. And the drunken one says, what is a snowmobile? Drunken one, I love you, but fuck you, buddy. And you're no snow over there, you son of a bitch.
The drunken one here, Snow, he's thinking yayo, which is something totally different.
He is like,
No,
all right.
motherfucker, like 2 weeks ago or like a week and a half ago posted a spring fucking video. I'm like, wow, there's 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Oh yeah, the spruce videos.
There's grass. Where? Underneath the snow? Maybe. Earth says frosty phone, question mark. I don't know. Is that what they call it? 420 says Invictus sounds like an alien movie. True. Eric Gilbert says fresh cheese curds and mushroom gravy for poutine.
Mushroom gravy.
Redbeard's still going on about Invictus. It's 18.4 effing %. I'm not going to drink this fast at all. Settle down.
Settle down. Yeah, settle down.
Like IPA number 5.
And then Earth shows up and goes, 57-minute review. Yeah, it sounds like that. Todd says, okay, guys, have to hit the hay. Awesome stream. And Joe email about setting up a trade. Rod has my email.
Yeah, I would get it to Joe here. Cheers, Todd.
Yep, cheers. Have a good one, Todd. 420 says, will do. In Africa, we have liquors in a milk carton, so I'll save you the reviews for that.
Liquor in a milk carton.
That sounds like I'd like to try it.
Are there missing people on the side of that carton?
Oh,
You
man.
know what, if you're at work, like you're just thinking, I'll just have a little milk. That's all right now, you know.
Did you see the person he was last known buying our liquor? We had to throw one inside the carton. Jesse Sierra Nevada Brute IPA's $9.99 a sixer here.
So, yeah, 999 there, yeah.
I will say I think actually I'm going to pick up the review tomorrow, I believe. I don't know what day, sometime this week, but I did Amagang's Brewed IPA and it was the best I've had so far. So if you see Amagang and you see it reasonably priced, I think I paid $1.80 something a bottle. So
Yeah.
I can't believe Amagang has the best Brewed IPA I had, but
Well, I've got the Sierra Nevada done, and so my backlog got 45 videos right now.
So you'll see it sometime December.
Yeah.
I got so many out there. I mean, you do every time you're drinking a beer, you're reviewing. It's like, well, which ones do you upload? I don't know. You throw a dart.
Yeah, you throw a
What kind of dart are you throwing?
Okay.
Clarify that, Rod. Clarify that.
420 says it laughed at Earth.
For 420.
18.4%. I don't know. It's a shout out to Redbeard. He says at Earth, Frosty Phone FTW. Ha ha ha. He did enjoy that. Redbeard says, Earth, I feel like you've not watched my stuff for a long time. I'm in the taking a break portion of the review. And Earth responded with, I'm behind on everyone's uploads.
Earth has a job.
Yeah.
J-O-B.
His job is not just watching our videos. Because, yeah, Earth actually posted on my Iyengar Celebrator review today. And he was like, I agree with everything you said because it's an awesome beer.
That's a great beer.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, he's on the Joe D, share beer. Joe D has like 8 billion subs. Like Earth knows what he's doing. Jesse says Voodoo hasn't pleased me yet. He's not been a fan of the Voodoo Ranger line. Yeah, I
like the Voodoo series. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to blow you away like some of the other craft brews we've had, but I think it's pretty solid on the Voodoo stuff.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
for a big distro outfit, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I thought the Imperial IPA was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the leading ones from them.
We have 420 says, get to the snow machine, We need to go pick up some Molson's, bud. Very stereotypical. Jesse says, I have 4 empty kegs now. My life sucks. Any bitters? Eric Gilbert says, keep Joe up, as in keep me on the show. Why did you just troll me, Eric? That's bullshit. And 420 says, "Oh, I was waiting for Rod to say yayo." Ha ha ha.
I said yayo earlier.
I was behind a comment.
Yayo!
Yeah.
Head coach and Earth are giving high fives by throwing pictures of Earth at each other, it looks like. Redbeard says, Joe just said oyster start, and it was great. You have no room to speak ever, Carrie, based on your English recently. Okay, Mr. Misspelling everything. And
did he type oyster start?
He did. It's because apparently I said oyster start instead of oyster stout, so he's going to give me shit, but he's the one that's been found. Everyone.
He is Canadian, eh?
And Eric Over says, Joe can't speak English. I can speak English. I tell you this on all my reviews. I cannot speak
There's a lot of Americans that can't speak English. I mean, if you watch Swamp People, we're using subtitles.
Right, exactly.
That's true. And at least I have an excuse. I've been drinking. What's your excuse, Redbeard? You've been nursing that 18% beer for like 45 minutes at the very least.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
18.4%!
Hey, wait, it's not 18.2, it's 18.4. Next thing you know, he's be like, it's 27.3.
Yeah, it's 45 and a half.
I'm just going to say, Redbeard should have finished that beer a while ago.
Nipple. Bottom line. Put a nipple on it.
Put some more ginger hairs on your chest, Redbeard.
Oh, he probably shaves. Earth says, Redbeard. Ron says to get your beer on, but if you got your buzz on, even better.
Well, get your beer on, the buzz will come. Stop it before you get to the puking stage.
And then just to show that Redbeard is hammered, he says, I've got my straight up hammered in the face on at this point.
Yes. What?
Yeah. I would think right now, if Redbeard watched an episode of South Park, he could not stop laughing because he's just that buzzed right now.
Earth just replied with, fantastic. 420 says, I learned English from TV, and you probably speak it better than most. So
yeah,
I actually pretty much understand every single thing you're saying. So that's impressive.
I mean, from watching HBO, you probably don't know all the good words. You know?
Yeah. Kick it up a notch.
George Carlin tells you all the good words.
Well, especially if you watch like Deadwood, you know, some of the Deadwood reruns.
Oh, God, yes.
I actually caught up with comments, and I think I'm done here. Redbeard says, regardless of my errors, Joe's mistake was still frickin' hilarious. And yeah, I'm nursing my stupid strong beer because I don't want to be actual dead.
Nobody wants that. Nobody.
And they says last drink is happening now. And last but not least, 420 says, where are you going to Jamaica, Rod? Right near the beach. I'm not going to do a Jamaican accent. I'm sorry.
Come on, Joe.
Come on, I did an English accent.
Not drunk.
Jamaica, man. Come on.
Maybe if I had an 18.4% beer, I would bust it.
Well, if you ever finished it.
That's true.
True.
Come on, Mike, do that Jamaican accent.
That's kind of Australian.
Australian. Yeah. Then you mean any Australian person?
Whichever, you know.
Yeah, Foster's is not Australian for beer. Fuck off.
Craig's gonna be like, shut up here. Shut up.
Yeah.
But no, I'll be outside Montego Bay, so.
There you go. Stock them. If you hang out with
all inclusive, which means you don't stop drinking the whole time.
Nice.
Yeah. And if you hang out with Rod, you're guaranteed 100% to get Rod J deals just by being next to him or in his.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already paid for. There's no deal to get made. I mean, let's start giving me money back.
Actually, Joe, there's truth to that because I got a Rod J deal last time I was there last year. So. Just because you enter into the store with him, they're like, oh, here you go. Just take it all.
You still haven't drank that beer.
Just donate in a jar when you leave. You can put whatever you want in there. A couple dollars, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Did you say whatever you want in there?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, whatever.
You actually turned down some Rod J deals at some of the spots. I mean, they were there for you to pick in.
Yeah, why? That sounds really dumb.
There was stuff there.
Now that you put it that way, it does sound really dumb. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
If you had access to Rod J deals, I'd say I would no longer have access to them because I would have purchased everything that was on a Rod J deal, like every time. Because more often than not, you walk in, you walk out with a case of beer and $10 in your pocket. That's how Rob.
Well, wasn't quite that extreme, but it was close. It was close.
How much was the bottle of Golden Drop 9000 you got? Like
$5.99, I think.
And it was like how big?
Great big. It was like great big old bottle.
Yeah.
A huge bag.
I had to have help getting out to the car. It was so big.
Well, it's not like the big. Like I got the Arbor Brewing like $9.99 for like 50-ounce bottle for 2018 Christmas. It's like who am I going to drink?
Likes a bragger run.
Thing?
Yeah, we're gonna need you so about.
Although you know what, I would drink that faster than what Redbeard is drinking right now for sure.
Well, I mean that's pretty easy to do right there.
What you're saying is Redbeard is drinking it.
But technically, Redbeard has a higher ABV, but I'd have 50 ounces of like I don't know, like 8% or whatever the Arbor Brewing was. So not Arbor, but Anchor.
Red Beer video of Drain Pour coming out shortly.
Yeah. He's nursing it quite well.
Redbeard's ass right now.
He probably poured the vast majority of it. He's going to come back and be like, yo, I totally collected my thoughts and everything.
Yeah.
Hasn't affected me at all because I poured, 3/4 of a ton to drain, but I won't tell you.
He's going to wake up with hair tomorrow.
Well, the thing is, even if those beers were shit, Red Beer would drink them because they were free.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't turn down free beer. I mean, you can, but Redbeard wouldn't. Look at Redbeard. He's not turning down free beer ever.
But they weren't bad beers. He probably got either.
Oh, he got all pretty good stuff. Like he said 7 beers from 7 different breweries, and like Invictus is supposedly good beer, and then he got a couple other ones that are supposedly real tasty as well. So, yeah, he's probably into it. He's going to do 4. I don't think. Hopefully, he's not doing 4 reviews tonight with that 18.4% beer. Let's hope he's not doing 4 tonight.
Oh,
no, let's hope he does.
Well, he disclosed in his video that he got them sent to him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Usually, I think.
There you go. That's the way you do it. Because some people don't on YouTube sometimes.
Yeah, being transparent is the way to go. Yeah, if you get free beer, you could also, potentially open your beer on camera instead of off camera and act like you've never drank it before. You could do that as well. Oh God, I got 37 different flavors. I had no idea.
Never had it before.
No. Oh, the can's empty and there's 3 ounces in my glass. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's always been open on camera. I mean,
Jesse's taking off, says cheers everyone, fun life. He said I didn't read his last comment, and his last comment was Oma, what is it? I can't even say it. He just Oma Lama Laga. Is that why you decided to say that, Jesse? Are you happy now?
Oma Laga Laga.
Oma Lama Laga. Yeah, and then he says, and then Redbeard says, I've only drained 2 beers, so y'all can go to hell. Earth said, "Watch should start a beer store. Get your beer on with some Rajay deals. Then he'd be broke."
There you go, right?
Yeah,
man, the comments are flying right now. Are you seeing the? Or am I just like?
No,
my thing's catching up. Okay.
Yeah, no. I've been reading. There's been a lot of comments. And then 420 tries to get me to do another Jamaican accent. I'll read it in English because I think it's going to be terrible. I just said it.
Jamaican accent for sure.
I just said it right near the beach. Well, I be from Jamaica, Mom.
Why are you sounding like Christopher Walken?
I don't know why. I thought it would be something different than Jamaican accent, and that happened.
I thought my video was like cutting in and out there for a second. I wasn't sure what was going on.
Said it. Okay. Eric Gilbert says he has a 2017 Thomas Hardy's for $7. Solid deal. Solid deal there. Nice. Yeah, because those I think are like $10 in New York State. So that's a great deal.
Yeah, that's a Rajay deal, sort of.
Yeah, and then Redbeard says this particular beer was all the enjoyed, and then he says I disclose whether I've got it as a gift, whether or not I've had it before, every single time.
That's the way to do it.
Just be honest.
All right, we cut up the comments, and I'm done reading them. So I appreciate everybody. I don't know all the commens.
You see Earth's last comment?
Oh, for fuck's sakes! I guess I'm not done with the comments. He says, "When all else fails, dusty roads."
Yes.
Yep, Earth. Even though Earth
wasn't here last week. We played Dusty Rose. He wasn't here last week.
Oh, I watched it back and it was Gary. I was cracking up still, even though I wasn't here live. It gets me every time. Doesn't matter. And then I'll read Redbeard's this is the last comment for real that I'm reading. He says the remake of Cool Runnings will now star Christopher Walken.
That's pretty funny.
that would be good.
You guys need to get the bobsled.
But so thanks to everybody who commented. It's too many people to read, but everybody, you know who you are. For commenting.
A lot of good people out there. A lot of good channels. Bumpy Road Brewery, Redbeard. You can click the three. You can click the 3 dots next to their name and check out their channels as well. Drunken One, you got his channel. If I miss anybody, let me know.
You said Jesse.
TJ90 Brewing. Yeah.
Was there anyone? Florida Hillbilly.
Yeah, Florida Hillbilly up top. Yeah,
Florida.
Definitely make sure you check him out as well. He's a fun
Thrash
channel.
metal.
He'll be doing something on Friday night, thrash metal. You can get some beer stuff. You get some homebrew stuff.
Sexton Brewing.
Yep, Ashley Sexton. Yep.
Yep, Ashley's. Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it.
So a lot of you guys out here doing stuff.
But yeah, we even like Earth and Bum, who are on Joe D Share Beer every Saturday night as well. They're in here. Yeah.
But I may actually join their thing Saturday night as well. I'm thinking about crashing the party.
And for 420. Nice of him. He was here the entire night.
420. Yes, welcome. That was awesome having 420 in. So hopefully he would do this more.
420.
Yep.
But this is what we do on Thursday nights, and it is a little late here. Even though I'm off tomorrow, these guys got to get ready, get their beauty rest for tomorrow and everything.
Rod. Nobody likes a bragger.
I'm just gonna do a cheap plug here.
I'm just saying, I'm just giving you guys gotta get up and go to work in the morning and stuff.
As the official opening act of the Beer Flow show going forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
every Thursday night I'm on the Beer Flow show. I'm going to do a live beer review, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, just to warm up.
Did you put
wait? Am I included on that, Joe? Is that me involved too? Or
if you have the same beer as me, yes. If you don't, then no.
Did you comment on anything there? People can still You want to check out Joe and the Beer Patrol? You want to check out Eric, a Lions fan? I don't know. Eric's commented, I know, so you can hit the 3 dots by his name. But I don't think Joe's comment. He read all the comments. I don't know if you actually commented. But Joe did a great job with the opening act tonight. So we went from the Beer Patrol over to this show, which is awesome. Him and Todd did a great review of the beer, so check him out on the Beer Patrol.
Thank you.
He's being a little bit too nice. You started at
I was going to go the other way and say, it's not quite nice enough, but, whatever. It's fine.
The way I looked at it, we started at the bottom and we ended up on the top on Rod's show.
We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, and then we talked about a lot of good stuff tonight, so it was great having everybody on here. I'm going to go ahead and let Eric get to his point before we close it out.
Guys, if you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. It's stupid to drive home drunk because you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to make you do the stupid-ass sobriety test, then you get a free ride to jail. Then you have court fees and then possible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family, friends, put yourself 6 feet under. Just sleep off your buzz, get your car the next day. Get an Uber, taxi, Lyft, have the bartender or someone at the bar give you a ride home because in this day and age, it's stupid to drive home drunk, okay? Just don't do it.
There you go. Don't do it, or we'll send Eric to your house, and he will actually beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of power off the table.
I know you hear the free ride. You hear free. You thought, oh, it's a free ride. No, you don't want that ride.
Yeah, why not?
You don't want that ride to happen. So
you don't want that ride.
Yeah, always appreciate Eric sharing that and dropping the knowledge. Joe, what were you gonna say?
I was just say zero fucking tolerance.
Zero. But thanks for everybody that joined tonight. Thanks to Eric, to Todd, to Joe for all being here. Again, check out Eric Lions fan. Eric, you got anything upcoming this weekend you want to let people know about?
I got shit. Not right now. I don't.
He's got shit. He's got shit coming up.
Well, you got to put me on the spot. Sorry, man.
Come on, man.
Don't you got a Saturday night thing going on? Don't you upload Saturday or?
Yeah, I do have an upload for Saturday. It is. Let me get here real quick. It is. Come on.
I get some
Go to
Jeopardy
videos.
music.
Oh, it's
Talk about Alex Trebek.
Oh, well, yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, I don't have one for Saturday. So Saturday might be a live one as well.
Oh, Saturday might be a live one too.
Yeah.
So
What you gonna do
I'm
when
gonna
they
do
come for you?
I'm gonna do the beer you had. I'm gonna do
He's gonna
juicy
do
nuggets
Bill
times
O'Reilly.
two.
We're gonna do it live.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought you were gonna do that one.
This Saturday night, baby.
Saturday night.
I'd have known this. I wouldn't have drank mine, you motherfuckers.
And then
Well, you
Joe,
can still come on, brother.
you got anything coming up, Joe, in the Beer Patrol this weekend?
Baby, I got to review every fucking day. Every single day there's a review on my channel. It's poorly reviewed. It's a terrible video.
Poorly reviewed is another channel, so that's
That is
copyrighted.
Shout out to him. It's not spelled the same way.
It's got that.
It's not
It's got
spelled
the
the same way.
average pops drinking some slushies.
This weekend, I am going to split all the slushies with Average Pops, but I do have a beer mail going up on Sunday night from a viewer, No Jinx. I think he comments on all of our videos, Eric and Rod and everybody, Brad Allison as well. He sent me a lot of barrel-aged beers from Michigan, so
Solid.
I'll have to drink them before spring. No, I'm just kidding. And then every Monday going forward, I will have live beer reviews at 8 p.m.
Awesome. Yeah, that was great. Great job this week on that one too, by the way. That was awesome.
They were fun. I enjoy them. I try to give beers that everyone can get. So when you're discussing them with people, it's like, oh, fucking some rare beer that you can't get. No, it's like this past week I did Sam Smith's Oatmeal Stout and Hop Juju from Fathead. So somewhat of a regional beer and Hop Juju, and then Sam Smith pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Hop Juju. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd, what about your channel? What you got going on this weekend?
Well, you know, same old, same old.
No. We're gonna get
Stay tuned.
We're gonna get Todd a channel at some point. He doesn't know it, but basically Shannon's gonna make him get a channel at some point. I kind of see that in the cards.
Yeah, she already made him go to 450
yeah.
North. Now she's gonna make him get a channel. So
yeah, she's gonna make you get a channel. I see that upcoming. But Todd's always great on the show here with us and stuff. So you can always catch him every Thursday night. And then,
as the sign says in our kitchen, happy wife, happy life.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he's much better on this show than in live beer reviews. Let me just say that.
That's not what you said after the show, Joe. Come on now. Don't lie to everybody.
Yeah, it wasn't. How great he was. I love to have Todd on.
You pump me up and then you deflate me all over the place. I see how it is.
That is the plan. I need to build you up and then just take you right down. No positivity. Not ever.
Joe, you were terrible.
All right, so Rod and Eric, what kind of 450 North stuff do you all want next time?
I didn't think this through.
Just kidding, Joe. Just kidding.
What I was saying was, but
yeah, I mean it's your show, so go ahead and say what you want to say.
Yeah. Well, thank you. No, but so this, were you gonna say something, Eric? No. Yeah. So thanks to everybody that actually joined, and then this weekend I will actually be uploading stuff. If you missed the show earlier during the episode, Sunday night it'll be a great beer tuber spotlight with Kyle from No Hype Beer Reviews. So make sure you check that out. That'll be at 9:00. And then tomorrow will be an uploaded review of something you may not be expecting me to actually review. But it's an old classic. So make sure you check that out. That'll be a beer review tomorrow. And then Saturday will be another beer review of which one I'm not sure yet. But tomorrow will be an old nostalgia classic beer. And I'll just leave it as that. Thanks for everybody No. Stay in your lane, Todd. Stay in your lane. Let me see. You were like, and didn't have.
It's a duo review.
Thanks again to everybody that actually tuned in, and we look forward to catching you guys next time. Every Thursday we do this. If you're new to the channel, about 9:15 Eastern. During the course of the week, other videos, mainly Friday through Sunday right now. So I'm kind of uploaded. I may throw up some during the course of the week because I have a lot of videos to actually still upload. But usually Fridays Saturdays you'll catch some of the reviews. Sunday's kind of a wild card night, and that's where I'm going to do, like, this week will be the Beer Tuber Spotlight. Again, we look forward to catching you. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on, and we will see you next week. Cheers.